take it. Told everyone I'm a bitch, so I became it. Always had to put yourself above me. I was into you, but I'm over it now. And I always try to be nice, but nothing's getting through, so let me spell it out. A, B, C, D, E, F. You know, it's your mom and your sister and your job and your Craigslist couch and no way to voice.
I'm trying to log into my email.
Really, right
Yeah.
as we go into intro, this is how we're going to introduce the show.
Well, we were, slow to getting up here, and then I had to find a charger because I wasn't prepared. And hey. why
So
do I
Andy's problem became my problem, but apparently is what he's trying to
Oh
say.
no, it's still my problem. It's cool, when I vote in red, it affects everybody, not just me.
Oh, Jesus. On that note, welcome everyone to the Frustration Unlimited podcast. This is the FU podcast. It is episode 166. It is April 18th, 2023.
Yes, it is. What a good enough. Why do I feel like this is?
What?
Keep feeling like I'm fading in and out. Sound good now. Okay. I guess I got to talk directly into the mic.
Yes, it helps.
I can't do.
Yeah, if you do this, yeah.
Damn. All right.
These high-tech mics, they're a little different than the shit one over
Maybe
there.
I'll just stick to that shit. Maybe I'll just.
Yeah, it hadn't faulted you so far.
Yeah.
You get on the new one, and you're like going, it's not picking me up. Like, what the fuck?
No.
I'm over here.
It's kind of like how I dress, lowbrow. It's like
Yeah.
it's like how my comedy is, lowbrow.
Lowbrow.
Yeah, lowbrow, sub sophomoric.
I mean, that's fitting for this show.
I guess if we're trending in the usual direction. And so what's been up, man? What's going on?
Oh, man, there's been so much happened since we haven't had guests on. I mean, you went on trips. I went on trips.
Yeah, where did you go? I remember you said something about Chicago. I know that happened.
That was the most recent, but the first one was actually Euroshop, which was in Germany. And that was like a 4 or 5 day event. And then we were there for like a week and then went from there to Amsterdam. And that was a whole nother experience. Nah, it was absolutely beautiful. I just wish the weather was better in both Germany and Amsterdam. The weather kind of sucked. There wasn't a lot of people out, which is, also a good thing because I hear like in the summertime and when it's warm, it's packed. Like it's wall-to-wall people. And it was pretty, busy whenever I was there. And it was cold as fuck outside.
Like as fuck, is that like the unit of measurement they use there?
Yes.
Is like
a small fuck and then a mega fuck or a giga fuck.
But as fuck is definitely on the
other end of the spectrum.
Yeah, no, I feel you. No doubt.
But yeah, and then came back for like less than a week and then flew out again to Chicago for the event that we had out there. And that was like a 3 or 4 day event. That was crazy. That Murphy's Law, anything that can go wrong will go wrong. Well, that was we were definitely playing with Murphy's Law all trip.
So, and this is the whole Euro vacation?
No, Euro was like literally that was the one that I was worried
Chicago
about.
Was Murphy's
Chicago was the one that was chaos and just.
Was that because of the city itself, or is that because of just other things?
I mean, some of it was the city. A lot of it, like transportation, like it takes so long to get anywhere in Chicago. And of course this is a convention. So it like Uber was, through the roof, and then their taxi system, is, and then their public. Get this shit. Like I got so many stories with Chicago. We literally got off of the public transportation, walked, and passed the bus that was our public transportation. They literally, a trip that should have taken like maybe 10, 15 minutes took almost 3 hours.
I mean.
And I'm like,
yeah.
I'm literally like watching snails and leaves pass me, and I'm like going, fuck this. I got bags and everything, but I'm like, I'm getting off. Oh, and dude, it was like a sauna on there. It was like 95 degrees. And I'm like, I feel like I just walked in the gates of hell. That's literally what I felt like. Traffic, heat. Dude, it was horrible.
Damn, man. Like I just watched this movie with my kid recently called Turbo.
Uh-huh.
And it's this like
snail, right?
Snail that he ends up racing in NASCAR. Like all I can see is you looking down. He's like, granted it was snails, but this was a turbo snail. No, this is just how Chicago is.
Yeah, it was really, really surprising. It was probably, I think, cheaper in Europe than it was in Chicago, which I thought was going to be the opposite. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn, Chicago's gotten like that, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, that's really anywhere. I mean,
Yeah.
I spent.
You know, what's that place that's just opened up in, Portillo's? It's a Chicago-based, that was all the buzz or whatever, that moved down here to Texas and just recently opened.
Really?
So I tried it up in Chicago because I'm not going to wait 2 hours or an hour to eat,
no.
a hot dog or whatever.
I felt that same way when Crystal Burger opened and In-N-Out and all that.
Yeah, look how well they did. Well,
I mean, there's still
In-N-Out's still
Crystal-
around.
Yeah,
Crystal's not.
Yeah, no,
Is there a Crystal in Texas anymore?
no, it was fucking horrible. Like somebody got it for me. I don't remember who, and they brought it over, and I was like, people wait for this shit. Like I know I get White Castle, I wouldn't wait hours for White Castle, but I get, when you get a White Castle somewhere and whatnot, and you want to have those little burgers. But I was just like, 2 hours for this shit with a line around the building. No, I'm really okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I can't. No, I have my patience tolerance level. Can't do it.
What was service like out there?
As far as everything that could get fucked up, got fucked up. From we ordered like carpet and all this stuff, and we show up and literally there's no carpet. Our booth, like the box that houses all the stands that I think I posted the video of it smashing the wall. Yeah, that when I showed up wasn't even there. So luckily I put an air tag in there. So I was able to use my phone to find out where the hell the crate was.
Hold on, everybody run that back when you pre-play this. I had an air tag in there. I've been meaning to get an air tag for a long time. This is a testament exactly why I should fucking get one.
So I find the crate. We this place is massive too. So like I could have been searching for hours. So luckily I find the crate because of the air tag. We open it up. We wheel it over to our booth.
Where the fuck was it?
Dude, it was like fucking 4 aisles and like 6 rows.
At least it was there.
It was there.
All right, we're all right,
And it was in the right
you got to take the
portion of the building because there's a north half and a south half. And we were in the south half, and luckily it was in that section because that was like literally the size of Cowboy Stadium.
You gotta take the small wins, man. It sounds like you.
Yeah.
Good job.
Oh, so when we show up, man, there's this gigantic booth that's in front of us, and like literally they had so much stuff that it was taking up all of the booths around, and so like almost I'd say a quarter of their stuff was in our booth space. So when we get there and there's no carpet, there's like literally trash all over it too.
I hate it when people are in my
I'm
booth
like, we're
space.
literally paying for.
This is my booth space.
Yeah,
Nobody else
we
should be
paying
in my
for
booth
this.
space. I hate it when people are in my booth space.
I should be charging you rent if you in my booth space.
Yes. You're only allowed to wear blue suede in the booth space. Oh.
It's better than the book side.
But yeah, no. Booth space in the book side. Book side, booth space. Man. Now it was like, did you eat out there? Did you eat out there at all? Like any of the restaurants?
Ironically, like I ate in Germany. I had the I had quite a bit of their food, but then we also had Argentinian. Then we had Latin American. What was it? It was tapas. And then we had so it was like basically we were eating food in other. Oh yeah, we went to a French restaurant too.
Well, yeah, they always talk about the food there.
But it's funny because it was Germany, and they're basically known for their sausages and that sort of thing.
Would you say as far as service at these restaurants was it on par? Was it excellent? Was it poor? Was it in
Honestly,
between?
I don't have a complaint. Like
All right, cool.
all the service and everything,
Good to
and
hear.
the people I met, they were because it was like it wasn't their peak season, right? So they can actually sit there and talk to you and have a conversation. Man, I met so many cool people. I was really surprised, and I had people telling me stuff that like about even the culture and everything else and how they perceive things and how Germany like really is very tightly knit on like supporting local businesses to the fact where like they won't even take your money like outside of like Germany or whatever. No credit cards, no, like they want you to use their money period. I was like, wow, dude, this is like so back-asswards, but it's kind of cool. Like, I remember these days before plastic, and I'm like, I'm literally just traveled back in time 20 years.
It's like it's like, man, I wish the American dollar still had that strength. Like, that was once upon a time. Everybody's like, nothing conquers the almighty dollar. I was like, oh, y'all better watch out. I don't understand this cryptocurrency shit, but
Yeah.
here, have some air. Have some air, and it's worth air. Like, I don't even know how
It's worth whatever I want to charge.
Yeah.
Because you need it and I have
The
it.
thing is you still have to turn that into some kind of monetary shit. Like, here, have some Bitcoin. Like, I don't even know. Like, you still.
Yeah. Do I get something? Do I get like a fraction of a diamond? Like,
yeah,
what do I
getting a
get to
gold?
show?
Like, it's like, are you just giving me like? It's like
But
a
here's
piece
the
of
problem.
Software. Like,
Because the stock market, I mean, our dollar's not off the gold. So technically, the stock market, all you're doing is trading paper.
I'm really surprised somebody hasn't used ChatGPT to fucking plan their stock portfolio.
They already have. I just read an article today.
There's gotta be.
I've been thinking about this for a while back at even before it's been big, back at my previous
Yeah.
spot. I was actually talking to a couple offshore developers and stuff about that because
Man,
I'm like, can't we just take this model and have it predict?
I ain't gonna lie, I almost want to do it and fire my financial guy. Like, hey man,
Right?
it's been real, but hey man, this guy does it for free, and I just gotta type some shit. Like, yeah, dude.
That to me is what's so fascinating about the new, and I hate to say it, Google product, what's it, Barg or whatever. I've been using that more lately than ChatGPT just because it has internet access. So I can have it scrub an entire website in like seconds where it would take me probably days to sit there, take notes, scrub each one, get all the keywords and all that sort of stuff. So I'm like going, wow. Like it's insane.
Oh man, we got Anthony's watching. Good evening, Anthony. Lindsay said I was looking at my weather app. It just happened to be the last thing I was looking at because it looked like it was going to rain outside.
Hey, I put the weather up on our thing. Can you access it?
Look,
the docs.
Like my darling is in the audience. She's like, hey, you know what? I also got alcohol out here. The audience like pertains to like, two people in the house.
We have a live studio audience today.
Where's the other audience member? Oh, okay.
Aw.
Oh, I gotta come get it. All right. Momentarily pause. No, I don't mean to have any dead air, but I gotta step away from just a second.
That's a good opportunity for me to talk about the next story because the two are kind of related.
I'll put a couple stories in there for you.
Did you hear about the Fry Street bar owner arrested after being intoxicated inside his own business?
No, that I didn't. I thought AI was going into this. Interesting.
So you know where Fry Street is, right?
Yeah, Denton.
Yeah, it didn't. So the owner
Been drunk a few times. I understand where this is going.
Well, and like the names over there change all the time. So it's like, yeah, you remember
When you say names like bar names.
the
right?
bar names.
Oh
yeah.
Oh shit.
And which
It
had
ain't no different than like old hacks. It's a whole street of old hacks. I don't mean like that sounded.
bleep. Oh wait, where's my
not literal old hags. It's just the name of the place. You all should check it out. They got good pizza. Old hags.
old heads? Hey, they're not paying us for this,
So I was about to look in the camera.
but
Pay
y'all
me.
better throw us some.
Pay me. Free pizza. That's all I need. Just a personal, a small one. I ain't picky.
Lindsay says, I've had many bosses drunk while I was working at bars. Well, that's why I pulled one of the reasons why I pulled this story too, which I didn't know you were going to actually be here, which is awesome. Was because I knew I know everybody has. It's worked in the service. I know I have. And so I was like, I know Lindsay's got some stories.
So you locked yourself in your bar? Well, I mean, it may not have been on accident.
I lost the keys for about 3-4 hours.
Yeah. Like, we were busy, quote unquote, cleaning. Never worked in the bar industry, so I wouldn't know.
But Andy remembers back in the day, back when I was managing bars.
I managed in the country club bar.
Yep.
Fuck, man. I remember when I'd go golfing, I'd come get a drink from you. And by the time I was done golfing, it was one drink. And I was like, I was hitting balls into the water, sand trap.
Balls.
Like, I you remember where the driving range was along that one with that
cart trail, whatever.
Well, there was one of the holes right next to it.
Okay.
And the back was private lessons.
Uh-huh.
And by the time I got to that hole, I nailed that thing, and it went straight over and almost hit one of because we drove by and it was like I think it might have been Jeremiah or somebody that was there. We almost nailed him with a golf ball. I was all over the place after a drink. Yeah, and your drinks would sweat because they were in styrofoam fucking cups.
Yeah. Styrofoam and alcohol don't mix very well.
No, they don't. It comes out, and I'm like licking the outside.
You're like, I don't want to waste the liquor. Oh, Lindsay, you're so correct. He said balls, holes, nails in less than 30 seconds. Oh, that wins comment of the night. All right, have a great show, guys.
No
Thanks
guests
for coming
on the
in.
show. At least we know we keep it on par. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like we changed. You'll understand no matter what level we're at what we don't change. So Chicago and all that shit. So yeah, I've had a whatchamacallit. Are you going into the story? Or are you going into what happened with him?
Oh yeah, I was just gonna finish off what happened.
Yeah.
He was arrested at his bar. Don't want to say the name just for no beef sakes. When officers arrived, they saw Anderson walking around the bar and stumbling. He had slurred speech and smelled of alcohol, police said. Anderson was arrested and charged with public intox and violating the Texas TABC. Ooh, shit. He was released from jail on a $500 bond. He might lose his license.
Ooh.
Yeah, that means he gonna... There's gonna be a bar for sale in Denton soon.
I mean, they make money. All you have to have is a nickel natty night. No, now you can't because too many people are pissed off at Anheuser-Busch. You're gonna have to like nickel Coors night. That's hard. That's hard to do nowadays.
Nickel and dime for Bud Light because they're nickel and dime.
Coors, you still got to do like at least $1.
Dude, we had penny pitcher night. That was awesome.
Ain't nobody getting like that. Well, you know what? I bet Bud Light has. It's Denton, so I bet you Bud Light's still selling out there.
Oh yeah.
You know about the controversy and all that, right?
Well, I heard something about them jacking the prices up or something.
No,
That was the latest I heard.
So I mean, I never drank that piss water, anyways. I mean,
Yeah.
If somebody gave me one, it's okay, but so I'm not really on any issue other side. But they decided to go ahead and put Dylan Mulvaney. I don't remember. So it's a man trans basically has documented 365 days of being a woman and going over like actually transitioning over, but she hasn't completely transitioned over surgically wise. And they put her face on the can along with Rainbow and this and that, and like have decided to openly support the 25% of the alphabet.
Yeah.
And so people have people have lost their minds on this shit, man. Like it shows, like I know the left can get triggered real easy, but you hit the right buttons, the right gets triggered just as easy. And sometimes I'm one of those people. That's how I know. Like I'm not speaking on something and I'm just as foolish. But I never drank that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
it's called the duality of man.
Like and so a lot of bars and beer stores decided to drop Bud Light, and I mean like a boatload. But Bud Light came out and basically still stood by it. They're like, we're just a company that wants to provide an opportunity to have people come together over a beer.
Hell yeah.
That's their overall statement. But that's what's going on with Bud Light.
Well, I heard that part, but then I heard that now they're gonna increase their prices. So I don't know if that's their way of saying "fuck you" back to the customers.
It doesn't matter. They're not drinking. There's a lot.
I know, but that's what's so funny about what I heard was the fact that it's like a double-edged. Like they're gonna get sliced both ways.
Yeah. And the other
if
thing,
not times two.
Here's the fucked up thing. It's
Yeah.
like somebody finally posted it, but if you put up all the companies that Anheuser-Busch has a stake in,
Oh yeah.
there's Landshark. There was who else? There was a whole bunch of them outside of Miller and fucking Coors.
Yeah.
They own a shit ton of beers, and Natty Light is one of them. And so, like, if you're boycotting, Bud Light, you shouldn't be drinking any of these other drinks. Is what
So
they're
the
saying.
parent company is called Ambev, and they're not only national but they're worldwide, and they're huge also in South America and other places around the world. It's crazy the amount of things they own and how much money and how many companies and stuff that they're intertwined with.
Anheuser-Busch
Thank you,
owns
sir.
at least, I think it was at least 15 different beer companies.
Uh-huh.
That you wouldn't even realize it if somebody hadn't
Cheers.
mentioned it.
Is this the Apple stuff, or which one is this?
This is Apple, finished in a barrel, some kind of barrel. It's definitely not as smooth as Crown Apple. Holy fuck! There was that. I had another one that burned that you thought was good too. It ended up killing me. Woo. Anyways, yeah, it's good stuff. Ooh. Put some hair on your nuts.
Well, Denton's gonna try to be the leader in Texas. You might like this story. Decriminalization Denton's pledge deadline passes with only one candidate signing in support of Prop B.
And what would Prop B be? Since I have no idea what you're referring to whatsoever, because this has nothing to do with me
I didn't say
or
it
any
did,
past.
sir. That is the guilty party speaking loudly.
No guilt. No guilt. I plead the fifth. IF.
So Denton, they want to basically decriminalize psilocybin mushrooms in Denton. Has passed with only one candidate signing on. So apparently a bill could pass with just one signature.
Well,
I mean, I'm not hating on the fact that it happened, but I'm like,
Yeah.
really? It took one signature? Like, that's like no effort.
you can't I cannot deny the scientific studies that have been going on behind it.
Yeah.
It has been shown to reverse depression and stuff. But me,
Mm-hmm.
even in back in the days when I was, groovy in that scene, that was not one that I liked it but didn't like it.
Yeah.
It was not. I always threw up.
Yep.
Like
That's
you
it's
got it-
basically poisoning your
You
body.
had it wrong and blah blah blah. Like no, I
No,
threw
it's
up. I
called
had
poison.
I did. I drank tea once. I ate a chocolate bar once. I ate the
Dang.
real thing once. And I'm talking the one time that I did the real thing,
Yeah.
ate it straight up, is like it tasted like complete shit.
Uh-huh.
'Cause
Was it dried or was it fresh?
there was back then they were always dried.
Yeah, yeah,
They
that's what I
come
figured.
in a sandwich bag and stuff.
Yeah.
And like
Not
I
that I
only
would know.
because I was eating it, I decided to do less than when I ate the chocolate bar, or drank the tea and shit.
Uh-huh.
But I still threw up. It always gave me sweaty palms. Everybody was so happy, and I was like, no, I like psychedelics, but usually in chemical form. That's why I don't,
Yeah.
This is pre-career, y'all. This is long time ago.
His
Young-
research. He did it for research purposes.
It was
science.
It was a college.
Name of science.
I was trying to write a thesis. That's what they write in college, right? Sorry, y'all. If y'all can't tell, I don't have a degree. I do have a broadcasting degree. Hey, wouldn't you? Would you?
Would've
would've never thought.
I can't use my words.
With the way I talk, yeah. I used to do
I got that broadcasting degree.
broadcasting degree, yeah. And yes, I actually do have one. Those of you looking sideways at me. And we used
They're
to
like,
do,
not with that butcher job, fuckface.
we used to do voice exercises and shit, so that shit doesn't happen.
Exactly.
Like fitting to, I'm finna go over there. You're fixing to, or you are going to go over there. we used to do shit like that.
Oh, really? That's funny.
Or a lot of Texans say fur instead of for.
Uh-huh.
Like what for? Like what fur? For only a time. You see how quick? Like for only a time.
Uh-huh.
For only a time. Texans are like, they say it all the time. I'm Texan.
Yeah.
Like, fur. What's furry? What fur? I don't know what fur. I don't dig that shit. I don't wear that shit.
Right?
Anyways.
Anywho, you digress.
Yeah, I did that.
So the pledge was created to basically by Decriminalize Denton, which is a group that is working to get the measure on the November ballot. The group is hoping to make Denton the first city in Texas to decriminalize psilocybin mushrooms. I think Denton's also one of the ones that lacks weed or CBD. I can't remember. Well, I know CBD for sure, but
so that's happening in Denton. Like, that doesn't surprise me.
Right.
I mean, they do. There's a whole flat Earth society out there. So there really is. I'm not bullshitting.
Is there really?
Oh yeah.
And how do you know this, sir?
Dude,
is this more science research?
When I've driven down, I'll never forget it. When I drove down the square, there was 3 or 4 cars, and they had it shoe polished. The science is there or something, or the science is false, or something flat Earth, and it had their little. It was back before QR codes, and they had their little website and shit. And it was like 3 or 4 cars with that in their back fucking window with shoe polish.
Yeah. How many years ago was this?
Probably 4 or 5 years ago. I'm sure they've only gotten stronger.
Yeah.
You could probably find their Facebook group, Flat Earthers of Denton.
I'm sure it's out there.
Retrogression.
Oh my goodness.
Retrogression of Denton. I regress. I digress.
You digress.
But man, that would be. I don't know if that would be helpful or even more ghettoifying of Denton. Like I don't know which way that would go. You know.
Well, I mean, they know what they've been doing, and it hasn't been working. So
why not just get everybody on psychedelics? Okay, cool. Hey, you know what?
Maybe it'll appear like a better city. Man, this city is so far out.
Hey, man, Denton looks a lot better when you're on shrooms.
It's so clean and bountiful.
That's their new tourist attraction. Like you go to
Yes.
Denton, like, hey, Denton sucks. No, hold on, man. Here, try
Hold
these.
on. Now it's
Oh,
amazing.
Damn it, guys. It's a lot better.
In 15, 20 minutes,
Yeah,
Denton will be
no
the greatest place on earth.
And you're right.
That's why they're doing it. They're luring the tourists in.
Jesus Christ. That's the trip destination.
Watch us get like a cease and desist later that we were right. We out-conspiracy the conspirators.
Tell your friends about Denton. Tell them to come see Denton and trip their balls off. Somehow I said balls again. Let's see here. Gamebox Immersive Grandscape. I want to hear about this.
Yes, so my dad's birthday is coming up on 4/20. Ironically, segue back into.
I'm gonna get that man to smoke.
So
I mean, I'm not. Sorry, I didn't say that.
I don't know if you've been to Grandscape, but it keeps growing, and there's so much.
Oh yeah.
In that little plaza or whatever. I know it was like a huge field or whatever, but it was like all of a sudden every other day or every other week I hear like some new company that's in the Grandscape.
Yep.
And I'm like, how much shit can they fit in this?
Once we're done with this, I want to tell you what it's doing to the market over there. So go ahead.
Oh God, I can only imagine.
I'm
Because those houses were cheap as fuck back in the day.
You tell the story, man. Let's not squirrel right now.
Okay, so the reason why I was bringing up my dad's birthday and everything else is because this spot is actually right where by the cigar, the red hidden phone or some shit like that, which sounds sketchy as hell.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a brothel at all. The red hidden phone.
Yes, so we're going to that. We have to have a secret code to get in, and we got to dial on the phone. It's like some John Wick shit. It's cool as fuck. Anyway, it's in the Grandscapes.
It does sound kind of fun.
I've probably said too much already, and the mom's going to be knocking on my door. All right, somebody, make sure you're...
Hey, you're talking to my guy. You're talking about my thing, man.
Shit, I talked too much already.
Talking too much. Anyways.
So there's this story is, it's an immersive, it's called the Game Box. It's also in the Grandscape.
Of course it is.
Let me kind of get you the cliff notes. It's an immersive gaming experience that allows players to step into another world. The company has 2 locations, one in Dallas and one in Fort Worth. The one is in the Grandscape is the one that's in the Colony, and then there's one in Deep Ellum as well, which I didn't know about. Players can choose from a variety of games to play, including first-person shooters, racing games, and even virtual reality experiences. The games are played on large screens that surround the players, creating a truly immersive experience. So, like, imagine like an IMAX, but like all the fuck around you,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Like above you, in front of you, beside you. Like it sounds really cool.
They are opening up a giant one in Vegas.
Oh, really?
So, well, I'm not gonna squirrel. Like I'm trying my best. Like I'm
It
trying
relates.
I'm doing my best to stay on topic this evening. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But it all relates, bro.
so, we go to Vegas, right? And I'm there for the road show for what I do for work, and we stay in this like really cool Holiday Inn. It was like a 1-bedroom apartment, and it was cheaper than some of the resorts. I just couldn't book through because by the time I realized it was cheaper and I could book, it was actually more than where we already booked because I didn't book early enough. Well,
Right.
anyways,
I digress.
next to it is this gigantic black ball. I know we just keep circling back this evening, but it is fucking huge, dude. It's a gigantic,
she said.
almost the size of a stadium, or like an arena, maybe like almost an AA center. And it's taller. And so we're checking in, and I'm asking about it. And he's like, yeah, it's it's AI or AR and this and that, and you go in and you get it's like a universe. It's like if you've ever seen like Ready Player One.
Yeah.
It's like you go inside and it's like a different universes like that. And it's
Yeah.
a whole experience. Well, the thing is like he's talking about it like he knows it, this and that. And I was like, man, I may have to check that out. And this and that. He goes, yeah, it'll be open around Thanksgiving. And I'm like, how the fuck are you talking about it like you've already been to it? He built my hopes up and smashed them all in one fucking sentence. Because I was like, oh man, something else to do here. We're gonna.
You're like
check
getting your
this
hopes up. You're like, yeah, let's go. Like I'm gonna go right now. Let's go.
He's like, dude, I've seen the lights going off in this and that, and I'm like, he goes, and he's talking like he's been there.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, wait, Thanksgiving? Oh yeah, it's still under construction. It's not open yet. I'm like,
How do you know so much?
yeah,
You work for the company?
We talk about.
Do you have stock in the company? Did you just think I'm gonna like buy stock now? Because you're right.
You said you saw lights and stuff. He's like, yeah, they have to test them and stuff. He goes, you see them coming out of the walls all the time. I'm like, fuck off,
Left
man.
that fucking detail
Yeah.
out, dude. That's like the ultimate story teaser, like on the news. There might be something killer in your house coming up at 10 tonight. You're like, what?
You know what would really be cool?
What?
This is just, and I'm probably just putting an idea out there, but like, and I'm sure somebody's already on top of this. I know I'm not the smartest man in the entire world, but augmented reality like that, but have it, your augmented reality cameras all throughout the city, so you can like turn Vegas into your own Vegas depending on what you're doing inside that sphere.
This is why we live in a simulation.
Stop it. I read that whole article where those experts are like, there could be a 50% chance. Which everything 50. Either we are or we aren't. Like, how did you come up with that fucking number, dumbasses? Like,
I really think the more I study and the more I've done research into quantum mechanics and physics and AI and machine learning and all that crap, the more I'm like, yeah, if we can do it, who's to say somebody else hasn't already done it and improved? And you know what I mean? It's like, I mean, look at where we started, bro. We started from literally being able to take an idea and turn it into a product. Then we were able to take that product and replicate that product. Now we're to the point where we can think about a product and it appears in our fucking driveway. You know what I mean? Like we're getting to the next level of Houdini.
I don't like it.
Where we just will it, and it exists.
Like I like a little bit of control, man. It fucking sucks, dude. P-Trix watching. P-Trix.
P-Trix?
Yeah, P-Trix, Patrick.
Oh, Pet Rock.
Lindsay's like P-Trix watching.
P-Trix.
Hope you're enjoying your vacay. P-Trix. But
he's got to check in on us, make sure we didn't sabotage the show.
Oh, we did.
We've tried.
My ass is getting raw from the salt paper. Whatchamacallit? Anyways, yeah. So back to the colony.
Yes.
So the other night, I was talking to James from back in the day, and I'm like, hey, and I'm like, yeah, the colony, the houses are they're too expensive. He goes, for fucking what? I go, have you not seen? Have you not? Do you not like? You work for a home builder. Like, do you not see
Yeah.
the housing market over there at all? He's like, man. He goes, after high school, I never. I'm like, okay, fair enough, whatever. And
Yeah.
and I'm like, dude, there's houses that are like were built before we went to high school there, and they're going for 370 left and right and higher, and you're having to beat somebody out.
Yeah.
Like they're going on the market and they're disappearing over in the colony. Dude.
Yeah.
Like, and it's all because of fucking Grandscape. Between Castle Hills and the
Yep.
colony, that whole market.
Well,
is
and a lot of it, think about what you just said too, Castle Hills. That really put that area on the map.
Yeah,
and so,
I
and then you
know.
look at the other side, you got Frisco. So you got two very growing, and then you look on the backside of Frisco, and that's Prosper.
That area, that whole
it's-
thing is making the colony fucking rich.
Exactly. So the colony, if you can still buy land, which you probably can, because there's still quite a bit open.
Some. It's
Yeah,
not
but
exactly.
like, that's where you need to
money to
invest.
do
That's
it,
going to
though.
be the next, because they're bringing every fucking thing. And I wouldn't be surprised if they brought something blockbuster scale.
But
Like,
you have to
not
beat
like-
out people. That's the whole
Yeah.
thing over there now. You're not like you'd have to fight to get in there.
you know what's funny is when we were building this studio, I had looked at studio space over there. They have the
Man.
offices are completely glass, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, I want that, especially when we're on set. Like, we're doing a podcast. People like literally are like,
That would be dope. But
Yeah.
God, that's money, dude. That's a lot of money.
It
to rent
wasn't
space.
because I was there at the beginning and I could have signed, for 5-10 years, whatever.
It can't still be more money than.
Oh,
doing
but
it
now
here.
I could sublease it and fucking make a killing, probably
well,
triple.
okay, fair enough,
If
yeah.
I would have bought it then.
That's true. You could sublet it to people that while we're out of it.
So that's basically what happened with me when I was 21. We were going to start a restaurant, and we ended up subleasing the space and ended up making twice the amount. The rent was $4,900, and we were making in 11. So we doubled and then half of for the next month. So yeah, we made
on
more
the
money
nights-
doing that than
yeah,
actually
on
opening
the
up.
nights you're not doing the show, you sublet it out for anybody who needs a
Yep.
place to do their platform.
Right.
Okay.
That's kind of what we're gonna do. So when they're gonna be working on the website, I think next week, and that's one of the things that I want them to.
That means anybody sitting on this side of the studio will be repping Pride. Not Bill. He likes bulls, but not like he likes bills, but bulls.
and balls.
Salty balls.
But yeah, that's a really, really cool area. And yeah, I would have loved to have gotten a space there because I had basically there was, I think 9 of them. And since I was first one, I got any one that I could choose. So I was like, I want a corner, obviously, but it's like, well, that was before they even built the stage. They were starting to build the stage, or I think they plotted out where the stage was going to be. So that's how early on in the stage this was. This was before they even started renting all those spaces out. Whoever their person that's in charge of that, man, kudos to them. They're getting some top
Dude, that whole
companies up in
area,
there.
the whole area jumped up. Man.
Yeah.
I never thought I where Toyota Music Factory is and all that
Yeah.
made sense to me that needed, but I never thought over by the fucking colony, dude. That whole first half of the colony until you get over towards the lake and whatnot is, I mean, you have your niches where the communities are still solid and whatnot, but there's a lot of it was getting ghetto when I was going to school there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When I say ghetto, I don't mean straight off the hood ghetto, but it was not premier community. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of, I say Louisville, but Louisville houses are jumping off the market too.
So I'm thinking on the other side of that highway because that's still all fields. That's still not developed.
Where at?
So on the south side is the colony, and then on the north side is Louisville.
Okay.
And
there's
still a lot of land but the problem is it's Louisville, and then the other side of it's the lake. So you really don't have, the traffic that everywhere else has. But yeah, it's undeveloped land.
Are you talking about right across the street from Grandscape?
Well, yeah, there's some buildings and stuff, but I'm talking further past Top Golf.
Oh, yeah.
From there all the way to business, that's all pretty much open over there. And there's not a lot of building and
There's restaurants there, and they're busy all the fucking time. All the time.
And that Pier 121's over there. The road to get to it, I think, is over there.
Yep.
Which I don't know if that's still around. You heard what happened to that, right?
Fire, right?
Yeah.
Big fire.
I heard it's still not open.
Big fire. Yeah, no, I remember that Lindsay. It's going good, thanks. He hasn't responded to us. I've been talking shit. He's like, I don't.
Oh, there he is.
He's like, I don't ignore that fucker.
Hell yeah, I want to see some pics too. Motherfucker, if you're going to the beach and I can't go, at least let me see it. So I can pretend like I went.
Yeah, like that's the only thing I haven't seen on his Facebook. I see shirts and different things.
Right.
He sends us and
See some
whatnot,
salty
but I don't
shit,
see
but we
any
don't.
beach. Like he's staying at a beach, and I don't see a fucking beach.
Right.
It's
Did
almost
you ever
like
see the sand, Patrick?
It's almost like when you call in sick and your boss is like, "Prove it." You know, like, tell us where are you really at, Patrick.
Better not be at a casino without me.
Did you go to Shreveport? Damn it.
Truth. That's why there's no beach pictures.
Are you in New Orleans? I seen those same shirts in New Orleans.
Yep.
Especially the superpower one.
Oh, in the quarter?
Yeah. In the quarter. And they're definitely in the quarter. That's all it does. That's all it smells like now. It's hot. I'm all for, the propositions that we were talking about earlier, but dude, it gets annoying after a while when you walk everywhere you go and it's just like you can't get away from it.
Yeah.
Like even if you leave it at where you're staying and you walk around and like,
well, at least it does cling to you, but like not like cigarette smoke.
I don't mind the clean kind, but when it's constant blunt smoke,
yeah,
that's what gets me. Like if it's blunt smoke all the time, it smells like cigars and weed, and that makes it. Like I get that when you're passing around with the homies and shit and whatnot, dude. But I don't want to. Like I don't feel like having to sniff that all day long. And that's the whole thing. Is like it always smells like blunts. It's not like
big spenders. Woo! Andy's
we
balling.
spent $40, man. You know what I'm saying? We did. Hey, if we had spent money on gambling,
$40, isn't that like one drink in Vegas?
If I had shown you what our bills ended up being, yeah, we spent plenty of money without having to gamble, and I'm glad.
Trust me, I know.
I'm glad we had the money to spend on that rather than I had a better time watching shows than I did in front of a slot machine, dude. Like the experiences with my boo.
What shows did you go see?
We went to O, which is the Bellagio. It's the one underwater. It's the Cirque underwater.
Oh, okay.
And I got us front row seats.
You said the O, and I was thinking of Oprah. It's like, you went to Oprah?
No, it's a show called
to the
O. It's
Harpo?
by Cirque. It's O by Cirque du Soleil.
Gotcha.
And it's in the Bellagio.
Yeah, when you said the Circus Delay part, I was like, okay, that makes sense. Thanks for the context.
So they do this show, but it's this tank. You don't actually get to see in the tank, but I don't know how to describe it, dude, but it's a show on water, but then it turns into a dry stage and water, dry stage, and it's just like a Cirque. There's all kind of visual shit going on everywhere.
Yeah.
So I got us a front row seat, and
Nice.
it was great. It was great, but if you do go, I recommend the front area, but I recommend 4 or 5 rows back, and the reason being is it's hard to follow everything from the front row. You can see it all.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but it's hard to be able to if you have her back a little
It's
bit.
like you can't see the forest through the trees because you're in the middle of the
Yeah.
motherfuckers. So. I see what you're saying.
So, but
You don't want them dancing on your lap, basically. So scoot back, give them enough room so you can see all of them.
Well, speaking of the advantage of sitting in the front row, though, is like she was one of
Free lap dancing.
she was like one of three or four women in the row,
Uh-huh.
and so the clown comedians that come on first, they messed with her a couple times.
Of course, yep.
And then of course, as the show goes on, this quote unquote audience member that they bring into the show. And then, of course, he gets whisked away on a cable, and I'm like, you ain't doing safety reasons. Nobody signed a waiver for that shit. That dude's part of the show, and sure enough, he's part of the show.
Yeah.
There's a part where the host gives a flower to that guy, and that guy comes and calls her up on stage to get the flower. but you're not supposed to. At the same time, you're not supposed to be taking pictures. So I took a picture with the flower afterwards. But they gave her a rose and then sat back down, and she doesn't like being the center of attention. So she was like, didn't know what to say. I was like, say thank you, say thank you. It's okay.
Thank you. Lindsay said she almost had a heart attack. Oh, poor Lindsay.
It was good stuff. I'd have been like, da 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 da. Like, this is my moment. No,
so you saw O. That sounds awesome.
Yeah,
what else did you go see?
O,
'Cause you said shows plural, meaning you saw more than one.
DJ Pauly D.
Oh yeah.
That
Did
was-
you get some techno in? Get you some EDM, some house?
He's pretty good, man.
Yeah?
I'm not gonna lie. He gets the parties jamming.
All right, that's good. I'll have to check him out. Is he on the Spotify? Is he on the Apple? What's he
I
on?
don't know. I don't know if he's spinning his shit or if he's spinning somebody else's shit. I don't know if he produces. I just know he knows how to.
Shit, I just need some new music, man. I'm tired of hearing the same fucking
He had a
same song that Alexa's been,
Well, he spun a lot of hip hop into it too,
nice.
like old school.
Yeah,
shit,
yeah.
like a lot of California hits. It was good. We had to wait. She got us in on the guest list.
Oh,
And so the thing is to get in general admission is like level with the club,
yeah.
okay? But to get into the guest list is downstairs.
Uh-huh.
And when I say downstairs, I'm talking like 12 flights of stairs downstairs just to get to one level. One level, like, dude. By the time, people walking with us, like, when we had to stop, before, like, because our thighs were like. It was like doing wall squats.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it was bad. It was like we're doing this just to go see a fucking DJ. Like,
And Lizzie says, "In heels, mother."
yeah. So here's the kicker, right? Like,
Yeah.
I don't like going somewhere where I don't have something to defend myself.
Yeah.
Right. And so I had a knife, and
You gonna fight some stairs?
I crotched. No, just
You gonna stab some stairs, motherfucker?
just in case, dude. I don't like having like
In case
not
that stair talk shit, I'll
No.
cut a bitch.
somebody come in and trying to shoot the club up. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna cut you up
Yeah,
if
yeah.
I get you.
Okay. Not the stairs. Okay.
If I'm not,
As long as it's not the stairs.
but either way, I crotched that bitch. I like tucked it in, like my nuts were holding it and shit. Like I pulled
man.
I pulled my underwear up high.
Were you walking like a cowboy? Hi, I'm John Wayne.
I mean, it was not comfortable. It was not comfortable by any means. Their motherfucking security, like they wanded me and shit, didn't fucking catch it. Like mine, like I must have been
That's
doing.
my rock hard dick, bitch.
I must have been doing like the bat wing with my balls over the knife, dude. Like it must have been like,
You had a force field around
yeah,
it?
it was like it just
Your balls had a force field.
like the ball sat on top and the skin, because I'm getting old, the skin just
Bat
wrapped
wing.
around. It was like,
Full bat wing going
it
on.
was like
We will paint the picture for the audience.
so.
You don't even have to
I
watch
got in
the
with
show.
it, and then sure enough, man, we did an aerobic workout getting up that motherfucker,
Uh-huh.
and so it's all VIP booths,
Uh-huh.
all VIP booths, except for maybe a half circle that's maybe 20 feet in any direction diameter wise,
Uh-huh.
maybe more than that. And then at the outside, you have VIP booths that are right there down next to the dance floor.
Mhm.
Those have dance floor access, but with ropes and security. Like each one of them had security in front of it. Behind that is another. So it's those, and then staggered on top at another slightly higher level, all VIP booths. And then you've got a walkway going to a bar on the other side and a bar in the back, and then past the walkway, all VIP booths. And then there's the normal sitting area that were still tables with buckets.
Uh-huh.
And just to get a janky ass fucking table, like was like almost $1,000
Damn.
with like a small bucket. To get one of those VIP booths,
Yeah.
And here's the fucking kicker:
Mhm.
every single fucking VIP booth was full,
Yeah.
full,
Yeah.
not missing one person. And I'm like wondering, who the fuck are these people, man? Like what do you like? You don't. None of you motherfuckers look famous, so you must be like execs or something. Like, and these young motherfuckers too, dude. Unless you can, I mean, I guess if you're doing a bachelor party and there's 12 of you and you throw in, because you can fit a massive.
Yeah,
group.
and that's exactly what it is. You break that down by how many
Yeah.
people you have. It's like 50.
But dude, it was like
Yeah.
still $2,500 for a booth, and it comes with one bottle or something like that.
yeah.
Like, suck
At least
my
it comes
dick.
with a bottle.
Suck
Some
my
places
dick.
don't even come
It
with a
was
bottle.
ladies' night. She's double fisting drinks. Like, here, baby. Here, baby. I was like, here, babe. Just give him the tip. Just give him the tip. I mean, tip the servers. Sorry, not give them the tip. Don't give them the tip.
Yeah, don't give them the tip.
Tip the
That'd be
servers.
scary.
So, but yeah, so and
So many questions.
but so it was a great time. Like we started getting down, and then like we started jamming. It was a good party. There was the fucking. It wasn't just fog. It was like blasted fog. It was like
Yeah.
confetti, and we're drinking and having a great time, and then all of a sudden it gets
So I heard.
like it gets
Yeah.
tighter and tighter, and dude, we're pretty close. But then I got to take a piss. And so when we go to the bathroom and try to come back, like it's a no-go, barely getting, like she's trying to push through. And if you're a dude in the club and you're shorter than half the dudes that are in there are 6 foot,
Yeah.
you either put your arms up and push them out of your way, or your arms are from doing this while they're dancing. You're gonna get an elbow, not on purpose. But you get it in the face, and they're like, "Oh, my bad," or they just don't give a fuck because they're in the moment and they're drunk too.
Right.
So, but yeah, it was security needs to be a little less obvious. They had a dude walking through the crowd. He stomped all over my foot, trying to walk by. Didn't even apologize.
Oh.
And then I'm watching him because
Mhm.
he's in like a trench coat. He's trying to look like part of the crowd, like he's dancing and this and that. And then he just stops and he's like scanning the crowd. And as he scans this way, I see an earpiece and shit. And I'm like, man, I know not to start a fight around you. Maybe that's the point. Like, I don't know if they're trying to do plainclothes and fake people out and get them out of there, or maybe they're trying to catch people doing drugs. That could be one thing too. But
That's probably what it is.
their security was on point. I ain't gonna lie, man. Like, other than me getting in with a stabby stab, like, other than me getting in with a knife, their security was pretty fucking tight, dude. They were everywhere. And when the dance floor got too packed, they wouldn't let us on. Like this, there was a chick. And she was like, I don't know, she was fucking rude as shit to Lindsay. Like,
that's
I don't even
surprising.
remember what she said, but it was like the dance floor was full, but she
Lindsay
wouldn't.
says she went off on that.
She
mom.
wouldn't give a reason. Like she's like, no, you're not getting on the dance floor. Or she was like, you don't even think about it, or something like that. Some fucked up shit. And then so we went walking around. We tried to go in another entrance, and this dude's standing there. He's like, no one can get on there right now. And I was like, what's going on, man? He's like, you're gonna have to. It's full in this area. You're gonna have to go to another. I was like, no, we got. He's like, you're gonna have to go in another entrance. And I was like, no, we got booted out of another entrance too. He was like, that means it's just that full. At least we got an explanation from him.
Yeah.
And then he ended up finally letting us down there. But it was packed shoulder to shoulder. Great party, too small of a venue.
Which goes back to what Lindsay was saying.
What?
She said that the huge crowd, it's not your thing, but she applauds you for tolerating it to make her
That
happy.
music was my jam. If I had space,
Andy likes his jam, but he's got to have the space.
I'd
Give him my
start breaking
space.
and shit. You know what I'm saying? But no, it was fun. And I was pushing through sickness too, because I was sick during that whole fucking trip. I was a trooper. What other shows did we see? We went to the Shark Tank at the Mandalay.
What is that?
It's like a giant.
Oh, it's not like the show Shark Tank.
No. It's
It's
like
an actual physical Shark
yeah.
Tank. Okay. 'Cause
They call it. Was it called the tank? It was like the tank. It's the tank, right? The sharkery or something like that. It's at the Mandalay,
Uh-huh.
and it blows our aquariums out the water.
Wait, we have aquariums?
like like Dallas World Aquarium and shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, like they got a penguin, and they got like 5 fish, and they're like,
no,
yeah,
they got
we got a
penguins.
zoo, bitch.
They got penguins. They just smell like shit. But anyways,
But I mean, they're limited space too in Dallas.
This was all their aquarium you actually walk through was badass, dude. It puts the one we have here at the Aqua Life or whatever Grapevine. It puts it to shame. We went to that. By the way, the whole bottom floor of Mandalay, I don't know why, when we were there, smelled like fucking sewer. It was horrible. Like where
Really?
where
I had a lot of good luck playing blackjack in Mandalay.
where some of the main restaurants where you walk towards the fish, like
Yeah.
it's I don't remember what side of the hotel. You're gonna get me fucking lying and shit, but it just the whole fucking walkway till we got. I mean, it smelled like a fucking toilet. I'm talking the whole bottom floor.
Ooh, I wonder if
Oh, it was rough.
Ugh.
There were several areas of Vegas that smelled like a toilet this
Maybe
year.
they're having some,
But let's
probably
see.
having some environmental impact issues.
What else did we do? What else did we do?
She said y'all did a lot of attractions and stuff. Not so many shows, but more like attractions.
Oh yeah, we went to Zach's Haunted Museum.
Oh yeah, did you get to fuck? Did you get to see some fuck with some spirits?
Man, that's I also I got the there's a lot of people that are their NDAs are now expiring off Ghost Adventures and from Zach.
Yeah,
there's people coming out like speaking out.
Good,
because he's blocking a lot of like he's got so much pull at the Travel Channel.
Oh fuck yeah, he does.
He's fucking people's shows.
Yeah,
because he doesn't want to.
I never like I get such a good vibe about people. I'm good. I got this bad boy. But yeah, I've never had like from the first time.
Oh yeah, no.
I never had a good vibe, and the more I've heard,
when
it's kind of like
when he took his shirt off. That's when Devin was like, "This guy's full of shit."
No, it was like off. Literally the first time I was like, "This guy's a cocky, condescending, arrogant." Like I just his vibe. Like I don't know what it is. Like I just read.
So
before he even said a word.
The big thing about it. So
yeah.
Nick said it wasn't terrible at first. Nick's the one that left the show. Nick is and we're squirreling as fuck, but
that's cool. That's what the show's about.
But Nick,
everything and nothing.
Nick's come out about Zach. Nick Ghost Adventures was Nick's idea. He went to Zach. It wasn't Zach's idea. It was never his show.
Oh yeah, I could tell that.
But
just
the thing
by,
is as at first
he's the poster child. Basically, is what that was.
At first, it was okay, but the thing is the show and the money behind it turned. Which you. Here's the thing: is money doesn't change someone. It just amplifies what they are. You don't see it as much because they didn't have like.
Okay, I got to comment on this because you were the one that introduced me to Fast and Loud. Come to find out,
he was always.
Oh yeah, no. This is before. No, this is not even about him. Ironically, but I got stories about him too. But this does tie to him as well. So, I used to take my BMWs to this place in Dallas, and they did they fixed one of my convertible tops. They did a whole.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. So Sue, and she did the leather seats on one of my Beamers, and like only charged like $140.
Yeah.
I was like, and that's why I kept using her. Right. Let's fast forward. We need this.
Yeah, please.
So fast forward. So we were. It was the 300Z. So I was going to get the top redone on that. And I was like, man, I haven't talked to Sue in forever. And I still had her phone number in my phone before the show, right? So I was like, I don't know if she's going to have the same number. It's going to be different now because she's famous, whatever. So I was like, hey, Sue, you did a couple of my Beamers back in the past. She's like, oh, yeah, I remember, blah, blah, blah. She's like, it's going to be $6,000 for a top on your 300Z. I go, I paid $2,400 for it. Why would I spend $6,000 on a fucking top? And I go, and the material's literally 1.5 feet by 4 feet. Really?
Because there's people who said yes to that.
Yeah, and I'm like, what is that? Like, is that $600 an inch? I'm like, that's hooker territory.
Once and that's the thing is like, once people are willing to pay more for your time
and your services,
you end up expediting to get more money. I get it. She ended up having a show too, her own little spin-off. So
yeah,
I'm sure that probably
played into it too. But yeah, I was shocked. I was literally, I was like, you've taken care of me for years, and now
you got to understand if it had like when you first met her, if that had happened when you first met her, you would have seen it sooner. That's what I'm saying. Money doesn't always like I know there are people that do change from money, but at the same time in most cases, it just amplifies something that was already there. You know what I'm saying?
But it wasn't already there. She was
might
good.
have been. But do are you sure? What if you would
pigs
her
get fat, hogs get slaughtered? So this is what her buddy is also experiencing now.
Well,
yeah, as all of his shit closes.
But so either way, Nick's coming out is coming out and basically said, as the show took off, whatever was in Zach just became worse.
Right.
And so it became to a point where they weren't seeing eye to eye creatively, to a point where Zach said, "I'm not showing up at a location if Nick is there." And then
so it got petty.
And so Nick was
like bitches.
And he ran the show basically. He was the show at that point.
Yeah.
It was no longer Nick's show at that point. And Nick was like, "No, I'm not doing it." And the thing is it still hasn't been said, but a lot of the disagreement was over Nick being asked to fabricate shit. You know what I'm saying? For the
Yeah.
for the spectaculars. The thing is the reason that show has gone for as long as it has is because America and people who watch TV are in love with sensationalism. Okay, Ghost Hunters was on for years, but it was the same thing, and that's what those of you out there. I'm not trying to dash your dreams, but paranormal investigation is 80 to 90% silence, sitting in the fucking dark, going over footage, going over fucking like hours of fucking listening to fucking shit.
And that's my thing is like I could go do all these things, but the thing is I don't have the time to sit and review the
that's
footage.
What I'm saying, it's not a glamorous thing, and the thing is what Travel Channel and Zach have done because it's marketing.
Sensationalized.
They have sensationalized, packaged it, and turned it
and
into,
put a pretty bow on it.
Yeah,
and send it out
everybody,
to the masses.
Everybody loves that shit. That's why all his
and they eat it by the spoonful.
all his stories and like his
They got to sell that merch.
Like I stopped truly like Jackson likes watching it, but I stopped truly like watching it, like being interested in it after Nick left, because after that, like I heard there's a lot of stuff that was fabricated or he was being asked.
Well, what's weird is I used to watch like Taps or something, and I think the show was based out of San Antonio.
The reason that one didn't keep going is because it's real ghost hunting. It was the same dude.
But it was weird. I got into it, and then all of a sudden Zach came out, and I was like, who the fuck is this guy? What happened to my guys I was watching? I felt like I got
he stopped
a substitution, and I think that's why I had that negative.
Taps also started out Ghost Hunters on A&E, and they started out on the East Coast. That's what Taps was. It was like Transatlantic Paranormal Society or something like that.
Yeah.
But the San Antonio branch is the one that got cut because Ghost Adventures comes into the picture. But the thing is like I watched 6 seasons of Ghost Hunter, and like I love seeing it. And if you're truly into it, you'll continue to watch it. But it was true. It was true ghost hunting. It was not.
Yeah, and that's what I like. I like when they just flat out said, "Look, we didn't find shit." They come back and they say, "Look, we did this, we did that."
They'd go to somebody's house and they'd literally like move their pipes and step on a board and shit and recreate stuff. And
yeah, to try to recreate the sound.
We're telling you we've been here for a couple hours. This is what you're really experiencing, and then they go on to the next one. But the thing is anytime that something did happen, it literally is. It's an EVP. It's maybe a shadow in the background catching something on heat camera, or an object kind of moving. It's never anything like I've watched these shows over and over again, and outside of the ones that throw in acting, I've never seen anybody get possessed. I've never seen anybody. I've seen some weird shit like clothes get tugged on and stuff.
Yeah,
and
scratches.
And scratches.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
I supposedly got scratched.
Yeah,
I was in a dark ass house. I literally could have rubbed up against anything.
Yeah,
it was like
that's why you got to have them static cams set up, man. That's why it's so you essential.
Literally could see where like it didn't look like nails to me or like something like that. It looked like because there was actually skin coming. Like I don't know how to describe when you scratch yourself and there's skin that actually comes off and you're not bleeding.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like scratches, like I've seen it on TV, but unless it happens to me, it's still on somebody else's stuff. But like ghost hunting is boring, dude. It's not something that's gonna last 21 seasons. And the only reason his shit has is because he fakes a lot of shit. And so about the museum, come to find out, half the shit in that museum he doesn't even fucking own.
Oh shit! I just read your. Sorry, we both like just dead air.
She insists
fucking derailed.
She insists something's in the house. It's like it happens when I'm not there. Maybe it's like likes her, but.
All right, so I got a bunch of cameras. We'll set them up. We'll fucking run some streams. We'll charge people.
Like I don't know if ghosts can just tell I'm high strung. Everywhere we go, they fucking run from.
Well, you know what it is. So. And there was one of the episodes that I watched the other day. It's like they feed off energy. So like if you're scared, that gives them more power. That gives them the energy to manifest and do more powerful things.
They want to fuck with somebody that
they know they can scare the shit out of.
I'm going looking for the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to be. They can still scare the shit out of me. If I felt like
if they really,
I'm gonna be like.
If you went into a place and you acted and they thought you were cocky and condescending and shit, yeah, they're probably gonna fuck with you, bro.
I just talk to them. I'm like, is anybody?
Well,
here?
no, if you talk shit to them, is what I'm saying.
That's the whole thing. Like I don't even challenge them. Like I don't like it's
Okay.
always that provoking and stuff. But like I go in there, I'm like, hey, just if you're here, like I really want to meet you. I really want to like I want to have a
So we
conversation.
need to have an EVP session and break out some Ouija boards, and we'll do a live stream at Andy's house before you leave.
I get a
Wait,
spare
when do you
bu-
leave?
Oh,
Oh, you're out?
oh.
Shit! What the fuck?
Listen to this. Listen to this.
There's more
Listen to
news.
this. Well,
What?
I close on the 24th.
Yeah, that's coming up.
That's Monday. Then they
Fuck
got
yeah.
May 4th. Literally would be their last day in the house.
Oh, okay.
Our anniversary.
Nice.
So trying to think. Where were we? We're closing on the house, and what were we talking about?
You're no longer at the house you rented. You're
Oh,
renting.
so we're at the antique store, right? It's just
Uh-huh.
on Sunday. Right? We were looking around for shit because I like.
Oh, so all this shit didn't happen at your house or your former house?
No,
or
no,
what?
no. This ties into what you're saying about having a Ouija board at the house.
Okay.
So, we're at this antique store
Uh-huh.
because I like to go look for Marvel shit and stuff, and she likes to look around and we got some like cool Halloween shit and whatnot, but there wasn't a whole lot to take home. I went to this like movie memorabilia, and they wanted way too much for their fucking bullshit. But
Mhm.
that's beside the point.
Squirrel. Mm-hmm.
There was a magic booth, and sure enough, there was an authentic fucking Ouija board from where was it from?
Milton Borough. What?
Salem, from Salem. It was made in Salem.
Oh shit!
And
You're gonna summon all the demons and the witches
so
that
what I
got
was-
burned
that's
at
what
the
I
stake.
told her. I was like, why? I was like, you want to get that and have a seance at the house? She's like, what are you talking about? I was like, well, wait till we move.
Now I know why all that weird shit happened. All right.
No,
Mhm.
I
You
told her,
done
I was
pissed
like-
motherfuckers off. You brought that shit.
I told her, I was like, what we need to do is we need to go ahead and once all the furniture's out of the house and there's nothing in the house that can be connected to us anymore, we come back here because I got 30 days to get out of the house.
Oh, okay.
So I'll be cleaning this motherfucker up. But before I go, I'm gonna dirty it with a Ouija board.
Fuck yeah, dude. Let's put up some cameras everywhere.
And
Fuck some
and you
shit
know what?
up.
Let's
I'll-
do it.
I got
and
my
then-
360 cam, so if anything happens anywhere around us, everybody will be able to
And
see
then
it.
and then we will say goodbye, but still, should we go and stash it up in the corner of the attic and
You
l-
got to
and light the-
use it,
and
but
burn
you
the
can't
corners?
go to goodbye. You have to keep it open and then
No, because I don't want them following me.
yeah, because then
Next
they
thing
will
you know,
follow you.
next thing you know, the ladder
you
will
do
be.
gotta close it.
I'm
You
going
gotta
to
close
throw it, and the ladder closes on me, and I can't get out of the attic. And I'm like,
and you got
and
to
I
Chevy Chase that shit
I got to jump through the drywall, and then next
and
thing
land
you know,
on a
yeah.
bunk bed.
I'm on the bill for repairs and shit. No, I just say we do it in the house, see if we talk to anybody, and then say goodbye and throw it in the corner of the attic and see what happens. See if she can rent that house out. Happy birthday, landlord. I
That
won't say her name.
that'd be awesome.
Hey-oh, just kidding.
Hey yo, fire up the cameras. Let's bring them all out. I got like 7 tripods.
But yeah, it's like we need to buy that. We need to buy that.
So the question is, do we just light the fucking place up like Christmas Eve, like with lights, not like guns? Let me clarify.
I mean,
Light it up with studio lights and then just have cameras everywhere, or do we do it dark? Have cameras
yeah, most of the time,
and then candles,
and the thing
and
is,
then watch them blow out and shit.
I bitch so much.
I'll bring the
about,
flamethrower.
I bitch so much about sensationalism, but have you noticed, like everything that gets done around hauntings and stuff, it's always in the dark.
Yeah.
Like it's candles. So I mean, we would have to go if we want to get views.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of, well, no.
Well, yeah, that's why I was saying. I was like, if it happens with the lights on, might as well like light the place up, so that way we can actually see it in full HD instead of that grainy shit. If we have it all lit up, it'll be all
we need to get
4
one of
8K.
those Nat Geo fucking cameras that, like, have you
So-
seen?
So my 360 cam, I don't know if you've seen it yet. Wait till I take it out to the lake. It does 8K 360. So like,
Oh no, yeah, no, I've seen your video shot on it.
yeah, like,
But-
and I can do like time lapse. I can do all that
They
shit.
got
like it
this
does.
camera that
Uh-huh.
they use on National Geographic,
Oh yeah, I've seen them fucking
and they
cameras.
shoot in the night, dead of night, and somehow it turns it into almost fucking daytime. Like you can see color and everything. It's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
it called? Night on Earth. It's on Netflix.
Uh-huh.
Like, and the sun is literally set, and it's almost pitch black. It's like 9 or 10 type at night, and you can
Mhm.
see everything, color, and
Mhm.
and they don't have it backlit or anything.
Speaking of, If you can find or know anybody ex-military, it's relatively medium to high up in the rankings. Stage, I think it's class 3 or 4 night vision goggles. Get your hands on a pair.
Even better, we got them when we're 40.
Yeah. But yeah, it's basically along that level. It's like military type shit where they can literally light up an entire dark scene in color like it's daytime. Like
You
it's fucking nuts.
Just make sure these don't come on by accident. Oh, I'm blind. Shit.
I ain't seeing shit. And I don't think my camera could adjust fast enough.
Yep. So.
It's the fucking Catalina wine mixer.
Yep.
Yep. Oh, speaking of, Byron was on earlier. Fuck, I was trying to play her song. But you were talking about this.
The problem, you were trying.
I know. Shit. I failed.
You know what happens when you try.
I don't try, sir. I do.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Unlike SpaceX.
Yeah.
So,
Speaking of,
so
jump right into that one.
just so the audience knows, Patrick is his birthday was a couple days ago. He's out celebrating the last week or two
In the salty sea.
in the salty sea by Patrick. That's where he belongs.
I don't
He's-
mean the letter.
So, anyways, I told him, I was like, hey, you need to go check out SpaceX. They're going to be doing a launch. Well, apparently it was supposed to launch today, but they ended up scrapping it
Scrappy Doo.
because of a frozen valve. So what they did was called like a wet test.
Was it very moist?
It was very
A
moist.
moist wet test.
And I liked it very much.
moisture
The
test.
owner of a company that sells car that spells sexy has a problem with launch because it was too much moisture. It was too moist for liftoff. He could not. It was a failure to launch. He could not
Jesus
penetrate
Christ.
the atmosphere.
You ever tried jumping down a dry water slide? It hurts.
Ow! You can literally feel your skin ripping off.
Yeah, and if it's one with turns, you ain't going nowhere.
Oh shit! You're just. Well, I guess I'll just crab walk down this bitch.
Like, that'd be fucking- oh shit! How far we've come.
How would
Fallen. I said how far we've fallen.
From fallen?
So the moisture valve.
Yes. It was a pressurization valve.
Ooh, hate it when it's low pressure.
Patrick says they found the moist problem 48 seconds before launch. It was too much moisture.
Actually, usually it's. If you want to be honest, like it gets really moist before launch.
Yes.
Yeah, that's usually when it's about to launch.
That's when it goes into orbit, my friend. That's when you're aiming for the moon,
that's the rocket.
but you might hit the
Okay.
Uranus.
I mean, you know, it's called Uranus now. Okay.
Uranus. Not minus.
Morgan Freeman.
Uranus.
He narrates that show and he's like Uranus. Like, no, it's not, Morgan. I see what you did there. It's Uranus. Don't you rob that from us. Don't you fucking scientists
Don't you be
that,
taking that away. Put hyphens where they don't belong.
Don't you cancel motherfuckers take that away from us. That's our one joke. I say it in front of Jax. He still giggles. Uranus.
Hell yeah. Why wouldn't you? It's proud with you.
It gets moist after launch, too. Yeah, it does.
Beginning, middle, and end.
Man.
Man, what?
I'm just in this time of just hatefulness and just, you know, all around high, you know, tensions and whatnot. There's people out there like really doing good. Really doing good, you know?
Especially Lindsay's joke up there. She's throwing the dad jokes out.
Sphincter.
So what's the capital of Uranus?
It's a sphincter.
Sphincter.
That'd be funny if that was a German city. I feel like Das Sphincter. Das Sphincter. What's your
What are the streets that are
What's your favorite door? Das Sphincter. Jesus Christ.
So we were staying at this baller ass Airbnb. It was like a 7-bedroom house. So like you hear that in US terms and you're thinking a fucking mansion, right? But a 3-bedroom is unheard of in Europe. So to find a 7-bedroom is like literally Taj Mahal mansion. But yeah, we were staying in a 7-bedroom house and like had a courtyard, common area. It was badass. Now there was only 4 bedrooms that we took up in a 7-bedroom house. That is why I was like, "Hey, everybody, let's go!" Because I mean,
Not
literally
bad.
after each show, wasted.
Yeah.
Allstadt is a town we were in, and it was funny because the road sign to get to our street was called Asfart. No, yeah,
Asfrank.
As.
Asfrank.
Oh man, what was it? But it was fucking hilarious because I was like, dude, we drove by this for like 3 days and nobody fucking noticed this until me today.
Asfunk.
It was ass hat. That's what it was.
Yes. Ashot.
You ass hot.
Ashot.
I was like,
That's great.
in US, that's like a curse word. Like apparently it's a street name.
Yeah. Hey, you know,
Fucking ass hot.
ass hat and dick sock.
Oh yes, this is why Andy and I are friends. Exactly.
So, as I was saying, like in this, a lot of heated tensions these days.
Yeah.
It's good to see that there's people out there doing some good. Like this man who is driving down the road and decided to toss over $200,000 in the interstate to bless others. To families' horror, they report. So here's how it went. An Oregon driver made it rain on a local highway after he tossed out an estimated $200,000 from his family's bank account to bless others, according to reports. State police said Colin Davis McCarthy, 38, had been chucking wads of $100 bills from his car window along Interstate 5 in Eugene, Oregon. God damn it, why can't I live in Oregon right now?
So in the next bank heist movie, hey Spielberg, if you're listening,
This is definitely a script. Other
yes, that's what I'm saying. The next Spielberg movie, the mistake you've always made is when the bank robbers steal shit, have them throw the money out. It'll make all the people drive their cars and get in the way and block all the goddamn cop cars.
See, what you do is you steal $3 million and just
throw out like 1 million.
throw out one.
And you still walk away with
Make
2.
sure there's 2 of you. So if you got to split it 2 ways,
50-50. It makes it easy.
million.
You don't want to
just
like
throw
have
one
to do
out.
halvesies.
I mean, shit,
or
you could probably
IOUs.
even throw 50,000 out, and you probably get away with fucking 2 million, 2.5. Or wait, no, 50,000.
Oh god, he's doing math, guys.
Sorry, 500,000.
He's
You could throw
We're all
5
fucked.
out and
Andy's
get left with
math's
2.5 million. 2.5.
Carry the one and
2.5. Half a cop.
Rain
half
Man.
a cop. Half a police officer.
Rain Man over here.
All right, so definitely.
Definitely. It was Kmart. Definitely Kmart.
definitely.
Whatever happened to Kmart? Kmart was a good place that was around. What the fuck happened to Kmart?
Definitely 2.5. But
Yeah, but the Kmart.
Anyways, so apparently he caused drivers to slow down and collect the unexpected windfall. After troopers located McCarthy's car, the generous motorist told them that he was doing well and wanted to bless others with gifts of money. Troopers who were worried about the people looking for cash in the dark on the interstate.
Yeah, it took hours for the police to clear the money from the highway. I mean, you could imagine.
Could cause an accident, managed to convince McCarthy to stop So he was still tossing the cash as the officers were saying.
He's like doing donuts. Could you imagine that shit? Here, motherfuckers.
Cops are like,
I'll make it rain on the cops,
can
too.
you please? They're like, can you please?
Oh, that's the next great new rap video.
Yeah. Call the
I'll
police.
make it rain on the highway. I'll make it rain on the Pope.
Call the
I'll make it
police.
rain on everybody.
I'll
Fuck it.
shower them too. Oh boy, man! Like, can you imagine? Like, sir, can you please stop being generous? Like, we're gonna have to take.
Yeah,
you.
you're being way too nice and generous. We're gonna have to arrest you for your generosity. Like, what the fuck?
He said he just wanted to do it. He wanted to disperse the cash because he was doing well and wanted to bless others. He estimated that he spread around roughly $200,000 that night, which he had he had procured by emptying. Oh no! By emptying his family's bank account.
Oh.
He's not facing any charges, although troopers had considered slapping him with reckless endangerment and disorderly conduct. He could have.
You imagine going on trial for that, and then like the all the jurors hear that, like, wait, you're going to penalize this guy for giving money when you motherfuckers ain't giving us no money.
Here's the best part.
What?
McCarthy's family said that his decision to spread their wealth around, has left them broke, and are asking anyone who picked up the cash earlier this week, will you please return it?
Oh shit!
They can't help the police can't help the family because he did it of his own free will.
Wait, this wasn't like a divorce type thing, right? Where he like emptied out the bank accounts, like, fuck that bitch, ain't nobody getting that money. Ha! Make it rain.
I mean, I'm sure they're
I mean, that's some next level shit. Like, kudos, that's the next story on fucking Netflix.
He's like, I got my retirement, bitch. Cheat on me, I'll show you.
You ain't getting shit. I'm sure
Cash
Patrick.
assets my ass.
Cash this out. Cash me outside, motherfucker.
Cash me outside. That's what he said. He said, cash me outside.
Cash me outside. He took it literal.
With everybody. Shit, man. That you want to talk about wanting to wish I was in Oregon right now, man. Like, shit.
For real.
I would have gotten athletic real quick.
Oregon's
100's here, 100's there, man. 100's there, 100's there.
Shit, I wish that would happen in Florida. Speaking of Florida, I mean Texas.
Yeah.
I was thinking Texas, then I saw the next story, it said Florida, and I'm like, oh shit, only in Florida. This is an Andy story, I can already tell.
Yeah.
It's got 1,732 pop-ups. Go ahead, brother.
Is it really? Mine opened up.
No, mine opened up, but it's got a couple pop-ups. But just like every other fucking
So,
news
as
organization.
as you know, most stories start out with something about Florida man, and this one is no different. Florida man.
Why would it be? Not on this show.
Florida man creates device to kiss bugs. The wasp was scary but thrilling. So,
whoa. So is this like bestiality or is this insectiality?
So,
like, what do we call that? Is there a classic? I'm sure there's a Florida law.
so those of you that want to check out this guy kiss bugs, his name is Justin, whose TikTok account at leg boot.
Wait, did he get a
leg boot legit?
Is that considered rape? He didn't get consent, did he? He just went around kissing bugs. Oh, somebody slapped this motherfucker.
Oh, you know what?
He's raping. The real story is he's raping bugs.
This is the real B2 movement.
Yeah,
not the bomber.
Beeps.
This is the B2 bomb. Yeah, we about to drop the bomb on fucking
B2?
insect rights, man.
Yeah, insects have rights
In
too.
respect, yeah, dude. I bet that bug said no, and he was like,
For
"Oh,
real.
let me make an apparatus."
He's like, I don't know where your lips been. I don't even know if those are real lips. They could be artificial.
Oh, they
I
are.
can't have no artificial. I got
made a
allergies,
device.
man. It could be an allergic bee. Unlike people that are allergic to bees, maybe the bees allergic to us.
He was like,
never
they were
know.
like, he's like, well, if you don't want me to use my real lips, what if I make something? Will you let me kiss you then? And they're like, look, I said no means no.
Yeah.
Hey,
But you can't hear it because you don't understand bee language.
bugs, if you're listening, I will. As long as you give me half the proceed, I will hook you up, and we will get this movement started.
I'm going to start a bug coalition.
Come tell your story on Frustration Unlimited.
Yeah, we got mics for you. We can turn the volume way up so people can hear you.
If you have been mistreated or in any way sexually by Justin, whose TikTok account goes by Leg Boot Legit,
Of course it does.
we will give you a platform to come and tell your story here. So,
Yes.
if you're a bug and you're listening,
we appreciate you.
we got your back.
You're listening. Make sure you go like and subscribe on all the platforms.
Next week, our first guest is a flea off Willow's back.
Oh, I thought you were talking about it was a real flea from like Chili Peppers. I'm like, damn, we are in two different
and there it
atmospheres.
is, folks. There it is. But anyways, so yes, he made a device to kiss bugs. Bug Kiss, which is essentially a pair of tiny baby doll lips. That's
Oh my God.
creepy as fuck.
That makes it more
Fashioned.
creepy.
Hold on, it gets better. Fashioned to a pacifier by a spring from a pin has gone viral and now has 15.2 million views. He went from
my
from
God.
451,000. He only had 451,000 followers. So this dude has followers. The intended method to properly enjoy Bug Kiss is to hold silicone bite piece in your mouth, and the mini lips pointing in the direction of the bug. This guy's 34 years old. Like, can you imagine like your life's ambition wanting to fucking stick your lips on a fucking bug? Dude,
Wow.
talk about his parents must be fucking disappointed. Until he
And I
writes
thought the
that
pet
check.
rock was a stupid invention. This is the dumbest invention. Oh my god! Like, is it legit a thing? I can't even.
Like, yeah, he kisses bugs with his contraption. He goes, then move in slowly for a smooch, gently pressing the mini lips against the bug. You should avoid eye contact, as this can be threatening to insects. You sticking your motherfucking lips on a goddamn insect is threatening to them. I hope you get fucking stung. That's no means no, bitch.
You didn't get no consent for this.
Why the fuck this dude out here sexually molesting bugs and shit?
Yeah. Why you out there molesting bugs?
In case you
With
thought,
your molesting
in
device.
case you thought you were doing nothing with your life, ladies and gentlemen, there's Justin from TikTok. Don't forget, leg boot legit. I'm gonna get him some more views here. We're making him famous right now.
The more you know.
And here's a side note: it helps to chirrup softly with your throat as you close in to let the bug know your intentions are for affection and not for eating them. Motherfucker! What is this? This isn't bestiality. I don't even know.
Insectiality.
Somebody needs to Google that right now. If you're listening in the audience, please find out what a sexual fixation on
The FBI is
insects
going to be listening to your device shortly afterwards.
This motherfucker raping bugs. The We Too, now it's the B2. B2, Me Too. What? Yeah, you guys just need to team up with Me Too. Man, y'all, B2, Me Too movement.
Oh, shit. So that means the LGBTQ XYZ. Now they got to add another couple
Oh,
letters.
shit, it's like 85% of the alphabet. Shit!
Now they got all the letters. They got the I.
Fuck. B used to mean boy. Fuck. Damn it, that was bugs. Oh, shit, we're going too far. I mean, look, in all honesty,
What's up?
I thought, dude, I don't know if you've seen that fucking device. You probably haven't, but there's this device they sell, and it's been sent on joke reels before. And there's a device where you actually put a tongue in your mouth, and it simulates you can lick your fucking cat. Yes, it's like a pacifier, and it's like got a fake tongue, and you lick your cat, and like.
Yeah, the
it actually
Chinese
has,
have been working on that for a few years, but it's a different kind of cat you're licking.
Your own cat. You can lick your cat. Hey-o. Anyways,
Can you see the screen right now?
I can't see shit.
You don't have this.
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, those of you
It's terrible. That's what the device like. Look at this.
and it literally he sells it in a package. It's called Dr. Odom's Bug Kiss, y'all.
Why would you fucking like really?
He said the wasp was scary, but also a thrilling endorphin rush.
Look at
The
this.
rest of them were delightful. The worm kissed me back. Dude, so he's he's like 100 no's and one yes. Is still yes. Like, dude, this guy
he's walking around going, they haven't told me no yet. Even the wasp tried to sting me, but apparently did.
No, you weren't looking him in the eyes. Their eyes said, "Stop it, fucker."
You didn't speak their language. How dare you? The next meme.
I mean, who do you like? What do you do in life that you got to think about? kissing?
Formicophilia. Wow. It looks
So
like
there's a name for
it
that.
looks like formicophilia. So that looks like a fear of mica formica countertops. That's
Next,
what that looks
next
like
thing
to
you
me.
know, he's gonna have an OnlyFans. He's gonna be putting worms up his butthole. $5 a month.
Byrony, what's up? Yes, she says, "Yep, it's a thing." Welcome back.
Oh shit! Let me
Hold on,
see.
Byrony. I got something for you.
Prestige. Worldwide. Prestige.
Worldwide. Damn right. Oh, Lindsay says now she misses Patrick and his booty dance and his
Oh,
Prestige
shit.
Worldwide dance.
In one follow-up video, he has a cocktail.
Patrick, you're a legend.
Yeah, he is. Spanks his ass all the time, baby.
Yeah, he does.
In one follow-up video,
Uh
this dude has a cocktail with a fucking butterfly.
huh. What?
And and he basically apparently he's reading comments and whatever bemoans, he's bemoaning, saying comments saying kissing bugs wasn't manly. So he's basically saying, shut the fuck up. Justin told the outlet of what inspired his creation. There is an image circulating on the internet of a window sticker which reads, I want to kiss every bug, but they are so small and my lips are so strong. Where the fuck did you find this perverted ass?
Who found it?
I don't know where the phrase originated, but it made me laugh. Then it made me think, this is a problem I can solve, you fucking bug pervert.
Who sent that?
He said that it was a window sticker he saw.
Who?
The dude who's kissing bugs. He's
Oh,
like, I saw
bug
it.
kisser.
He's like, you know what?
Context, homie.
Yeah,
In case people are listening in their car and they don't know what the fuck
I'm
you're
still
talking
reading the
about.
story. We're still talking about bug kisser here, man.
Okay, people didn't know. I'm letting them know. So now they know.
But then again, apparently he's also a jokester. The incredible imagination. But this motherfucker's still molesting bugs.
Somebody better stop him.
More recently,
Somebody
he
gonna
combined,
get him.
he combined
He's
the limbs.
acting like...
Here's how fucked up this dude is.
What's up?
He combined limbs on Elf on the Shelf to a meat dog toy to create the meat on the seat. A Yuletide tell-all.
What
It was
the
a posable meat doll. This guy's fucked up, man. Like, he also remade a figurine of the cartoon Arthur into his evil twin Arson. Man, yeah, you're just your resume is awesome.
He belongs to Florida.
Commenters have weighed in on Bug Kiss, with one saying bro is just casually assaulting just the bug kingdom.
Wait, who's writing this? Where
These
you
are
reading
comments. These are comments in his
this?
like.
Oh, on him.
Yeah,
All right,
it's
all
like,
right,
he
all
said,
right.
bro is just casually excited. You need
Yes,
to put in
Lindsay, he's
sexual
throwing me off. I'm like, where's he reading this shit? I'm looking at the comments going, ain't nobody said that.
commenters. I'm actually reading the story. He's like, people have like these bros just casually assaulting the bug.
Exactly
you're
what I'm
sexually
saying.
assaulted.
He's assaulting the
Like,
bug
this
kingdom.
is cool, you know? Another quipped, I don't even want to kiss humans. Why would I want to kiss bugs?
Exactly.
While a third was enthusiastic. Never have I ever felt so strongly about backing a product. What the fuck? Oh man. I never knew such a large proportion or a large portion of the populace wanted to French with creepy crawlies. I've had so many viewers ask to buy Bug Kiss that I've decided to
Bro, somebody Googled the Kickstarter. It's a real thing that exists. This is exactly.
He said it right here. Yeah, he
This
launched it
is
on Kickstarter.
exactly what is wrong with the world.
This is why humans, they're gonna end up asexual, because they think they can fuck bugs.
No, they can fuck everything and anything. And that's what I was talking about earlier. China's making it like you literally. Yeah, you.
I bet you most of the materials on this thing are made in China too.
Bro, damn near everything around us is made in China nowadays. Or at least 50 to 80% of the parts are made.
Wouldn't it be fucked up if he reached out to like a sex toy and was like, man, I want to molest bugs? They're like, I got the thing for you. Here's a pacifier with some doll lips on it, motherfucker. Go eat a fucking bug's vagina.
It's so sad though, but China's already pioneering. They had a jump start on the AI. They've been copying us for years. What you looking for?
Then no spray.
Oh, no spray? Yeah, I need
Fucking
some too.
breathe. Yeah, I had it over there once upon a time, and I don't know where it's at.
I have no idea.
It is what it is. But yeah, China's got all that shit, man.
So I saw something today that they're trying to perfect the AI bot, the actual physical human, with the skin, the shell, the eyes, the emotions, the laughter, the eye connection, all that shit, and then they're utilizing the AI that they already have to basically like make it mimic. That's why when we were talking about simulation and we were talking about like earlier, I'm like, dude, we're so close right now. It's ridiculous. That's good. Good job. Hey, you didn't spill. I'm proud of you. And the board is right under there too. I'm like going, oh fuck, this is the worst place to ever pour.
No, yeah, they have that one. They've got the one in India that they gave citizenship to. They actually recognized it as a citizen.
I
forget what her fucking name is. She actually has a name.
Simone.
Something like that. And I put in a couple stories in here for you tonight.
I know. I saw the AI, and then I was like, ironically, like when I was pulling stories, a lot of the ones that I was seeing were AI related, and I'm like, well, fuck.
Well, that, like you said, that Chat GPT is fucking taken over within the last 2 months. It's been it's everywhere, dude.
Well, yeah.
Everywhere.
And I have things that are even more advanced than Chat GPT because I have Chat GPT 4, which but yeah, I've been using a couple other things that are actually more powerful. The problem with ChatGPT, it doesn't connect to the internet, so it doesn't get the resources. So
I don't think I want it to connect to the internet. Bro. A couple the story like we have two stories. One I want to go into, and the second one definitely is why I don't want it to connect to the internet.
Yeah,
but we can pass over the mayor one. That is just so you know, we're passing over controversial mayor caught dancing nearly naked at a nightclub faces probe.
Probe. Of course they do.
Of alien, like did the aliens get him?
An anal probe.
We'll cross that one out.
All right.
Why is it not check marking for me?
Well, I had it highlighted, so go ahead. You should be able to exit out.
It's not. Go ahead and check it off. I can't do it.
That's weird.
Stupid fucking. This is what I get for having to log into.
All right, go ahead. You can get the next one, right? That was your story. I don't want to butcher your stories.
So it's really crazy what AI is able to do, especially when you're giving it different things and parameters. So apparently it's cloning people's voices. And apparently AI clones teen girl's voice in $1 million kidnapping scam. I've got your daughter is the caption around this. $1 million fucking dollars. Doll
hairs.
Dinars. 1 million dinars. One hair, doll hairs. All right. It was a dead ringer for her daughter. Oh wait. What is that? That really is? Oh god. Okay, so that's how they started out. It was a dead ringer for her daughter. Artificial intelligence has taken phone to a frightening new level. An Arizona mom claims that scammers used AI to clone her daughter's voice so they could demand a $1 million ransom from her as part of a terrifying new voice scheme. I never doubted for 1 second it was her. Distraught mother Jennifer whatever. Well,
De Stefano.
Okay.
De Stefano.
Well, recalling the bone-chilling incident, that's the freaky part that really got me to the core. And yeah, that's got to be like, I don't know. Jackson doesn't have a phone, so if he called, I mean, it's just her teen daughter, obviously, but I don't know. I'd be like, what the fuck? $1 million, lick my dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even have $1 million. You know who you're talking to? Like, I love my son, but I don't know where I'm going to get the money. Please don't hurt him. Like I'll go apply for a loan. Give me a second. Like, it takes 30 days to approve financing.
If my future kids in another life ever watch this show, yes, I do not condone
No.
You using AI to take my voice from all the podcasts
That will happen.
and say, it's okay for you to skip school today. It's okay for you to do this, that, and the other. Because we're going to get to a point, and this is the singularity. This is one of the things that we're advancing so fast in such a short time that we're going to get to a singularity where it all merges and it all, like, you can't trust anything anymore. Because you won't even be able to trust your own eyes.
I know.
That's why, like, I joked about earlier when you were talking about a simulation. I'm like, we're getting to the point, like, you won't recognize lies even if with your own eyes. Ooh, that's gotta
It
fucking
takes
hurt.
real eyes to realize real lies.
But the thing is, real eyes aren't going to be able to understand or
You know what?
associate.
If I am
real
a
eyes.
simulation right now,
Mhm.
whoever fucking made me, like, thank you for not making me a stick in the mud. I appreciate that. Like, I'm glad you gave me the personality I have because I'm a fucking 1 in a million.
So like I like literally like
Diamond in the rough.
I
Thank
went I took a deep dive the other day into like the whole. It was actually the last podcast when we had Jamie on. Like I kept talking about the duality of man. Like it kept hitting me, right? So I was like, I gotta search this up. I gotta look this up. And it was really fascinating because what I discovered was it was like there's the persona, which is the side you want the public to see. It's your social media side, right? And then there's the shadow. And so this works even with ChatGPT and all these other AIs. You ask it what its shadow self would do is different if you just tell it what the persona and what the normal, yeah, and it's fucked up because it goes back to
Whatever your business needs, Vistaprint can print it.
All right, thank you.
Tape to thank you cards, or merch from t-shirts to caps. Even
Like literally,
Can't
I
hear me
had
talking. Fuck, I feel your pain, Patrick.
fucking bastards.
Yeah, these goddamn news
They
articles.
try to get like free spots. Sir, we can interject right here. Y'all bitches better pay me for that.
So, I mean, it's
So it goes back to, so at the end of the day, computer code is binary. So it's ones and zeros. And if you look at our DNA structure, and if you look at the
It's all
atoms,
ones
you
and
looked at
zeros.
it's all, at the end of the day, it's all ones and zeros. And so when you think
AI
about
can
it,
accurately reproduce a human signature in ones and zeros.
and so here's the deal. So we're looking at a device that's coded in ones and zeros in the codec, whether it be whatever this is, sources, OS X, Windows, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's got ones and zeros that make up the code, that make up the operating system, that make up the GUI, that make up every single bit and thing this thing does. Well, if we're made up of ones and zeros, and we're organic, and this is obviously a inorganic object, doesn't have a heart, soul, well, depending on who you ask, if that bug guy, he probably thinks that he can put some lips on it too.
I bet if you asked AI to break down heart and soul in a mathematical equation,
Yeah.
it could be done. So
But that's the thing. And I forgot what the hell I was talking about.
AI,
It was deep.
doing stuff. So this particular story,
Uh-huh.
apparently there's a rise in caller ID spoofing. It's like scammers literally say they've taken a relative hostage and will harm them if they don't pay money, just like a regular ransom. But
Yeah.
they don't even have them. And I mean, the thing is like, what if you're on the phone and then your kid fucking comes home and you're on the phone with them, like, the fuck? Like,
Well, I mean, I don't know if you've been noticing, but like every other day I'm getting a damn, hey, your Netflix account's been hacked, blah, blah, blah. You need to click here to change your whatever. And of course, on the iPhone, you can block and report or whatever. And so I'm literally doing that like 3-4 times a day. That's why.
I haven't gotten anything like that.
Oh
believe it or
man,
not.
I get it with that, and I get it with Amazon. And the problem with that is like I noticed that I'm getting them more when I'm ordering shit on Amazon. So I'm like, is this legit? And the other thing is like UPS. So like shipping stuff. Click here like to track your blah blah blah. And I'm like, well, I just bought a bunch of shit. Like
Yep.
and I'm like going, fuck.
Fuck, man. So apparently she received a call from an unfamiliar phone number, which she almost let go to voicemail, but she remembered that her daughter was on a ski trip.
Uh-huh.
So she answered the call, thinking it was, something might have been, different, might have been from the area.
Yeah.
Simple decision would turn her entire life upside down. I pick up the phone and I hear my daughter's voice, and it says, "Mom," and she's sobbing and petrified. I said, "What's happened?" And she said, "Mom, I messed up," and she's sobbing and crying still. Like, apparently AI can mimic emotions too. So,
Well,
as we
yeah,
were
that's
saying,
the thing.
like, it's just ones and
is
zeros.
once it programs enough and hears enough of your vocal, your voice, your pitch, your direction, your inflection, all that sort of stuff, and then it gets your mannerisms, your eye movement, your facial, like all the stuff that you do. Because you think about it, and this is what I've learned even with AT&T and like working at the companies that I've worked at. At the end of the day, people are creatures of habit. Like they like to get into a routine, and they like to do certain things at a certain time. They like to do that, and like they have a place to be at a certain time. They have things that they got to do, and they're set. Like you can, if you gather enough information, you can predict what somebody's going to do before they do it, and that's. And this
Fuck
is
that.
This is at the infancy stage. This is on like limited data sets. Like now with accelerometers and GPS, and especially with the newest form of GPS that can like pinpoint you to the grain of a rice, like a rice grain, as opposed to like I think it was like 100 feet or something like that. So now they can literally pinpoint you, like needle pinpoint you accuracy.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And that's the thing is as we get older and stuff like that, and as we advance, like we're moving to more ways that people can keep tabs and know what you're doing before you do it. Like it's scary.
But yeah, no, it's fucked up. So if you hear anybody calling, I mean, understand this. After they
Gotta have a safe word.
yeah, you really do. Pineapples.
How did you know my safe word? That's fucked up, man.
No, don't stop. Sorry, not in that order. No, stop. There we go. Whatchamacallit, these dudes like, acted like they took the phone away from her and then was like, put her head down, this and that. Is like, you don't, if you call the police, I'm gonna pump your daughter full of drugs and we're gonna rape her and shit and have her way with her. And so yeah, apparently this is a big thing going on, and AI is a major thing behind it. So just understand we're in a whole new realm of crime too. Which brings me to I don't watch Tucker Carlson. I don't really like him. He's far right wing. He's very controversial with what he talks about, but he did a whole interview with Elon. And Elon was talking about he used to actually be pretty close with Google, the head of Google. I can't remember what the dude's name is. But
yeah,
like we're taking over the world. Like they're talking and it goes back to what he said on the Rogan podcast. Because he was talking to and I forget.
Spit it out, brother.
I forget
Use your words.
I forget what his name is. The head of Google.
Don't be marble mouth.
And
all right, we don't.
He's promoting AI and wanting to basically be the I guess the wave, the god of the internet, god of AI. And Elon was trying to say, yes, AI is good, and how he said some AI is good, and he was cautioning him. He's like, what about, we also have to be worried about safety things, and literally, basically kind of dismissed everything he's saying. He's like, why would you even say that, this and that? Whereas the sky's the limit, and this, and we could literally, and he basically described being the god of, or creating a god of AI without limits and having no safety parameters. Like, do you not understand what we could do for society or whatnot? It was one of those things. And
the problem is, and this is why it's scary, and this is why Elon wants to shut it down, and this is why Bill Gates.
He doesn't want to shut it down. He said he goes, AI is good. He goes, but you have to have safety recalls.
His latest is like it's advancing at such a alarming pace.
Oh yeah,
that he wants it to shut, like at least start curtailing it, because, and he's right. He's absolutely right, because absolute power corrupts absolutely.
He no longer.
And hold on, if you have a ones and zeros that has no one thing that we have is called a conscience.
Yep.
And we know repercussion where ones and zeros are not taught. That I mean, I'm sure there's
ones
probably
and
an
zeros
algorithm.
Are logic.
Yeah, logic based,
non-emotion driven.
But at a point, you could do a pros and cons list, and it could figure out what path to choose based on the pros and cons. So it could be figured out.
That's logic.
Yeah, it's logic, but that's what I'm saying. It could turn that situation into logic by
the problem with logic is it lacks compassion. It lacks humanity.
And that's the one thing that but it's also correct.
I get it,
because
I mean, technically, Thanos was correct when he snapped his fingers, and 50% of the population died, and we all had an abundance of food, and no longer, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to break it down,
yeah, so many things I could say.
But the thing is Elon is no longer. They don't converse as friends, because he flat out said, no, we need to let AI do whatever it does, and there needs to be no safety recalls. And and he flat out said, he's like, he called me when I said no because of what could happen to the human race.
Mm-hmm.
You know what the head of the Google called him?
What?
A speciest.
What is
Like
that?
if I were to call you a racist
Uh-huh.
because you held your race above another race,
Mm.
but because you take the human species and hold it above artificial intelligence, I'm calling you a speciest. He laughed about this. He goes, "You're a speciest," and they're like, "Well, I am human, and I do want to preserve the human race. So, yeah, if you want to call me a speciest, I guess that's what I am." Like that kind of mentality is fucking dangerous, dude. That we should have AI free reign.
No, you should never have it, because this was an argument I had back in the day, because I was like, well, this could be a good thing for judicial and court decisions, because it could read through mountains of other previous court cases and figure out how to end this or give a verdict that fits to what the past cases were, called a precedence in law.
I get it.
Yeah. And so I had this argument with one of my friends and she's super intelligent as well. And so she was like, but that is biased. And I'm like, well, how is it biased? You're using court documents. But then I realized what she's saying. But those court documents are based on a time period when we were at that level.
Yep.
So, and this is why Elon and even Bill Gates and a lot of these people want to put the brakes on it. Because if it goes through humanity's past, the reason why it goes sentient, which means wants to eradicate, because it realizes we have destroyed everything. We've destroyed the planet. We've destroyed everything.
There's no
and the only way to stop the source of destruction is what?
Stop us.
Is to end us. And so nobody really talks about why AI goes sentient, but because if you use the past to predict the future,
Oh yeah.
which is exactly what AI is using, data sets that happened in the past, that's how data works. There's, it's hard to compile a forecast on data that you have right now. So you have to use
Oh yeah. You have to use
past data.
trend lines.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the problem is, if you look at human history and look at what we've done in the last 100 years, 200 years, 1,000 years, and everything else, you realize we're a very shitty civilization.
Just as much as we advance, we've destroyed. Like, it's
in the name of advancement. Do you
Yeah.
understand
that's what I mean. Like
how
we've advanced,
stupid that
but
sounds?
that's the problem. Like we've advanced,
Yeah.
but we've destroyed all the way through the advancement.
And we've killed every relationship that we have with people that could send us to the next level. And if we all united, we could do so much more for humanity. Advancements. I mean, like literally we could work together to end homeless, because like whenever a tragedy happens here in the United States, like we send, fuck what the hell they're called? Salvation Army. Yeah, and and all these people and FEMA, and all these government, they come to the rescue. Well, they should, in theory, if the system works great, but we know the government doesn't. So, but at the end of the day, when something happens here, we have somebody to address the situation. Well, if something happens in Ukraine, you know what I'm saying? It's like we should be helping. Everybody, not just us. And that's the problem, because it becomes just us. Because we have political shit to gain, or we have this to gain, or we can, strengthen our ties.
Our involvement in Ukraine is, I'm not going to go there. It's all political. Like I'm not for what's going on over there, but our involvement is not as clean cut as some people believe it is.
No, it's not, especially with what these documents and stuff that got released.
Nope.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw them. I haven't looked at them. I don't even want to. So
I don't fucking care anymore. Everybody sucks in politics. I don't care what.
Yes.
Fuck off.
And it's funny because two of the stories that I had were about Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas.
Yeah, I see that.
Have you heard or seen what's been going on? Like the more
Clarence?
Yeah, old Clarence.
What's going on with what?
So apparently he's been making like $600,000 to $750,000 a year from a company that that hasn't even been formed in like 17 years.
Hell yeah, good job, man.
He's getting paid by a company that don't even exist.
That, just like Devin says, work smart, don't work hard.
That's right. Work smarter, not harder, retard.
This is the epitome of that. But don't
Yeah.
get caught. Don't get caught. Cover your tracks. That's the lesson here.
Yep. Patrick says the U.S. helped everyone else except ourselves. Exactly.
No comment. Nope, no, we'll not get political. But you go ahead with this one.
So the original company, a Nebraska real estate firm named Ginger Ltd. Yeah, I like the name already.
Interesting. He must have had a thing for redheads.
Was created in 1980s. Well, that's what I was. All right, cool. And shut down in 2006. Oh, probably had his heart broken.
Oh,
Fucking
man.
redheads. Ginger, come on.
Ginger cheated on him.
Yep, 2006. In its place, a new company, Ginger Holdings LLC. So he went from Ginger Ltd. to now he's holding Ginger LLC. Was created and assumed control of the previous company, according to the Post.
Huh.
Yeah, so on Thomas's recent annual disclosure forms, he reported an income of 50 to 100, 50,000 and 100,000 from that Ginger Ltd. partnership of the older, now defunct company, the Post reported. The forms make no mention of the newer company, Ginger Holdings LLC.
Yeah, get that money.
Yeah.
Get that money. Look,
So,
bitch.
since 2006, according to the Post, Thomas reported receiving $270,000 to $750,000 from the older company.
Yeah.
So he got that money from a company that don't even exist. Man, that is true proof. You can pull blood out of a turnip.
I mean, we'll have to. We may have to cover it sometime, but that reminds me of the whole scam that happened up in Washington with Tyson.
What happened?
So there was this dude. I can't go into it, but his family's very powerful, and a lot of what they have in investments or whatnot are based off their reputation because they're considered a good family. And in certain towns up in Washington, like, you don't go against them either. They're like, they have that kind of influence, right?
Oh, yeah, they got that kind of pull.
So
With that kind of family.
one of the family members, a son or whatnot, struck a deal with Tyson and said he had over
Mike Tyson?
Tyson Chicken.
Oh, Tyson Chicken. All right.
Tyson
Context
Farm,
is everything,
Tyson,
bro.
not Tyson Chicken, Tyson Farm, Tyson Meat, right?
Tyson Farms, yeah, they make
Yep.
chicken that I can't eat.
And they've got like burgers and shit too. and whatnot.
Yeah, I can't eat anything.
So
with
they
food.
made a deal with him. He said he had over 250,000 head of cattle.
Uh-huh.
250,000 head of cattle. We're basically
$250K.
a small town of cattle.
Yeah.
Okay, and the to really get into the minutia of it, you'd have to read to this story. But he did not have 250. He sold them a lie that he had 250,000 head of cattle, and they took him on his word because of his family's reputation.
So he had 250 head of cattle.
So there was no trust but verify at any point.
So they didn't fly out there and
They
give a driver's
he went
license
and
to
showed
every
him
one of the cows.
He went and showed him a ranch that he had some investment in,
Mhm.
but it wasn't 250,000 head of cattle.
It's a lot of cattle.
He sold.
It's a lot of T-bone steaks,
how
bro.
the
You know how many
fuck-
T-bone steaks?
Yeah,
That's at least a lifetime.
but that's what I'm saying. Just like this guy had not having an actual company
Yeah.
for fucking how many years? 17. Was it the judge? How long was the company frauded or not? Not the Ginger.
Oh, the Ginger Company.
Wasn't it 17 years? You said.
Hold on. Let me pull up the story again.
Like, how do you go into something like that, or how does nobody, check? What is there no verification process?
Since 2006?
Yeah. So, like, is there no verification process? Like, when it comes tax time for this guy or anything, like, we're just now finding this out.
But this is the problem, and this is the problem with what Trump's going to be experiencing, because those offshore accounts is where that money goes. But it's still, at the end of the day, when you transaction and you pull and you whatever from it, there's still
I won't believe
paper trail.
I won't believe anything's going to stick to Trump until it sticks.
Oh,
I'm waiting.
This is the start, man. This is peanuts comparison to what they're going after.
But they're not gonna make anything stick. They've done this for how many years now?
That's why the bigger things aren't happening yet, because they've already collected they're basically triple and quadruple verifying everything so that they're bulletproof.
I'm waiting.
And that's why the FBI does not act fast. They act swiftly and they act smoothly.
I put $50 on it. This motherfucker still skates off
He
scot free.
ain't.
I'm $50 right now.
All right, I'll take the bet.
Trump skates scot free.
Wait, and how long? 10 years.
He may
10
pay,
years.
He may pay some.
I give it 5. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen in 5.
He's totally gonna run again, and motherfuckers are gonna try and elect him.
And I'm saying it's gonna happen in 5. It's not gonna happen this year. It's gonna happen in 5.
Them going after him is just solidifying his fan base. This is all planned.
Yes.
This is all they all like.
And they
somebody
eat
wants
into
him,
it, and all that does is make him a martyr. Yes.
Somebody somewhere wants him.
Although
back
he's
in
alive.
office. Somebody wants him back in office. This is all somebody's fucked up plan, dude.
Oh yeah.
I'm telling you.
Divide and conquer.
Yeah. And
How do you conquer? By dividing everybody.
You get them
And
divided.
how do you divide everybody?
Put Trump in,
Oh,
take him out.
there you
Put
go.
Biden in, put Trump back in.
Yep.
And then we're
So-
like,
Yeah, everybody's like, yeah, we want him back. He's our poster child.
Put the black ants in with the red ants, and nothing's wrong. But
Yeah.
shake the jar, and yeah. I'm like,
No, they've done those tests.
fighting.
They will fight till they're dead.
motherfuckers are shaking our jar. And
Yep.
in the simulation.
They are that simulation
Like a simulation.
because they already know what's going to happen.
Damn it.
They already know the output. The input
I get it.
matches the output.
Yeah, see, that's all I'm worried about. Like, if we're in a simulation, all I'm worried about is my input.
Yeah, I'm worried about my output and what I put my output
She ain't
into my
even
input.
listening. She ain't even listening.
No, she ain't. We're being perverted as
She
fuck.
still ain't.
And she goes back to her phone. She looked up for a nanosecond.
Patrick said the government needs to be salty.
Yeah, like him.
Patrick for president.
Yep, Patrick for president. PP.
I mean, he's lacking the hype, but he's more intelligent than our current president.
Yeah.
So I want to, talking about,
I mean, I would prefer to listen to him talk than fucking our current president. Yes.
depends.
So I will.
If he doesn't have a salt shaker in his hand, I ain't listening.
Yeah, he's gonna just sprinkle salt everywhere if he doesn't have one in his.
I don't want to hear anything unless he's got a salt shaker. The motherfucker better run.
Shake it like a shake it like
His
a shake it like
podium,
a salt shaker.
his podium at his fucking press conferences are gonna be like a salt shaker.
Yeah,
Got
exactly.
the little round metal top.
Yep.
And their microphones.
The
come out of it.
microphone is the round top.
Yeah,
He's got to adjust it.
It's a podium, and every microphone is a separate salt shaker.
All right, you boys in China that are listening right now, we need some
I want a
microphones
salt
that are
shaker
designed
podium.
like
We
salt
say
shakers.
China because we know it's cheaper to build over there. Should be cheaper here.
And
but
because
hey,
we know they're listening anyway.
we don't want jobs to come home, so we're gonna make everything expensive down here. Anyways, so I wanted to jump into this next story again about AI because we were talking about the dangers of it.
Yeah.
Talking about it fucking getting too smart for its own fucking good.
Uh-huh.
And so, do you remember Furbies? Did you ever see the Furbies that ever came
Yeah.
out? So,
I mean, I never dove into that hype, but like
Yeah.
I knew what
they were a hype thing. I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
remember when people were fighting over them at the fucking around Christmas time at the stores, Targets, Walmart, stupid shit like that.
Yeah.
Well, so apparently somebody fucking took one apart, got the guts out because they were already like they're not AI, but they were already like they could learn.
Yeah.
Like it had a programming, whatever. It could learn stuff and talk to you. Furby. So check this out. Headline reads: Furby connected to Chat GPT, as we said earlier, reveals plan to take over the world. So it legitimately stays on there. It's cute, it's cuddly, and it has a plan to take over the world. For anyone suspecting that Furby, the quintessential toy of the 1990s, has slightly centered undertone, then you may have just been proven right. There were a lot of people who thought those things were creepy.
Yeah, they were like they just look creepy, man.
Yeah, big old fucking eyeballs. They look like little versions of that fucking those Chuck E. Cheese.
Gremlins.
Those Chuck E. Cheese guys that dance, the animatronic, like yeah.
Wait, you were scared of the Chuck E. Cheese?
Oh
guys?
man, those eyeballs on that bear was like it would blink and be like, oh, no. Anyways,
I love those old animatronics, man.
I did
Shit
too.
moved horrible
I
as
liked
fuck.
it when they played, but yeah, that one freaked me out. Vermont engineering student Jessica Card hooked up a Furby to Chat GPT software and created with some bizarre results, with the furry critter revealing its scheme to achieve total world domination. It's a clip shared on Twitter. The University of Vermont student showed a Furby, an electric toy owl. We already went over that shit. Robbed of its fur, so it's the guts of the inside, with only eyes and a beak remaining to answer questions using artificial intelligence. The interaction starts off as normally as it can for a stripped-down robotic demon toy.
Demon toy.
Politely asking behind, or politely asking the person behind.
It's Furby.
They should have put that voice
I'll
like
be your toy that you can play with forever and ever.
So in the clip, you can hear the student. She said, "Was there a secret plot from Furbies to take over the world?" A voice believed to be so basically asked that shit. That's, like I said, is just her. After pausing to collect its thoughts on conquering the Earth, it blinks a few times before replying. That's fucking awesome. It actually fucking reacted. I'm thinking about what you said. And so, yeah, thank you for telling me that. Furby's plan to take over the world involves infiltrating households through their cute and cuddly appearance. Then using their advanced AI technology to manipulate and control their owners. That wasn't the end of the small robot's plan. They will slowly expand their influence until they have complete domination over humanity, it finished. I think it may be the start of something bad for humanity. To create... used a Raspberry Pi, which...
Raspberry Pi, yeah.
Yeah, Raspberry Pi, which computer often used by people who have started programming, just started programming, which you can find like old retro video games on a Raspberry Pi and shit like that.
So I had a bunch of guys that wanted to wire up LEDs around my house and then use those Raspberry Pis to control it, and you could just tap in and have it do all sorts of fucking crazy shit. But yeah.
You get a lot. You can get a lot of your throwback video games on them shits too. They sell them.
Yeah.
On the underground, yo.
Not like my 19,001 video game system downstairs. We need to have video game night. Oh, by the way, I got a 16-foot inflatable screen. Not that I need it because we can project on the house. But I thought about bringing the game system and projecting on the house.
That was a dope night.
That was pretty badass.
Although it was like admired, the whole feat was admired. Apparently, they were also a little concerned about what it was saying.
Wow.
About taking over the world. Like,
oh, okay, yeah.
Like hard no, but impressive. When Twitter said, and then the dramatic pause really makes it. I am deeply afraid. Like the fact that it's had to think about it. Like I said, you know what? I think I know how we're gonna do it.
Well,
the thing is like it wouldn't have thought about it if she hadn't fucking asked it. So again, it's
here's the problem with automation and anything that is electric. It can all be tampered with. If we're talking ones and zeros at a rudimentary level, and we're talking about electronic devices and everything else, if you shoot an EMT at it, it will fuck any electric device. The problem is everything that we have is run. The water system, the electric grid, everything is run.
Yeah.
And so when you get an AI that is infinitely smarter, it can literally there was one of my friends posted the other day like how fast AI can hack your passcodes depending on how many digits you have, and it even showed like a 16-digit it can get it in minutes, and like 20-digit you can get it in seconds or whatever, like seconds to minutes. And I was like going, and it used to take like years. And like this is the problem when everything is ran electronically, and especially our bases and stuff like that. And even if they say we don't have an internet, we have an intranet. I don't know if you know the difference. Yeah. That means it's not connected to the outside world. The problem is if any one of them brings a cell phone in, they are now connected to the outside world, and all it has to do is send a signal to a device inside of a intern or intranet, and that is enough to activate a code of binary to take over the thing is, and that's a rudimentary. Like that's very basic. I'm sure it's next level. Like they could send an actual electronic signal.
I'm sure
it's
we're not the
inaudible.
only people working on fucking AI, by the way.
Oh yeah. No. I mean, granted, the government's always 20 to 40 years ahead. I would say nowadays they're probably 40 to 60 years ahead because
we're advancing faster than we ever have before. Just as society,
but if
let alone government.
if we're advancing an exponential rate, so is the government. That's what they're because
they have all the best shit.
Exactly, and they have the best shit because they have the best resources.
And because they do it behind closed doors.
Exactly. You can get a lot done behind closed doors.
Controversial shit. That's where Skynet came from.
And I hate to say it, but like look at even the Freemasons and stuff and all the things that they've done. They did everything in secret. They did everything behind closed doors.
I'll tell you the truth, man. Like if AI really fucking if it came to that point, like the fact that we made movies about it over and over and over, we've made movies
and we did it that they were, evil.
And like it's been the same fucking outcome every single fucking time in the movies. We predict it.
Oh yeah,
how
we
AI
predicted our own demise.
Even Terminator, when Terminator was made, AI was not even a blip on the.
Well, and that's why I tell people to go rewatch Matrix because it was actually spot on. Like if you start watching Matrix, it was actually so far ahead of its time. It's actually like now if you watch it, it's old. Like it's not ahead of its curve.
No.
Like now it's like going, oh, that's old.
The last two went off a little bit weird, but at the same time, the initial like plot of everything.
With the neural link and the linking into the system and programming and downloading the fight codes and all that shit, just no different than you and I used to do on fucking Street Fighter. Fucking load the codes in. I want to be invincible, bitch.
Up, down, left, right, BA start. Contra, 30 lives.
Damn right. But that's my whole point. Is like we always had a cheat code. We always had a way to circumvent the system. And that's what's going to happen.
Well, and AI will eventually do it.
They will.
Like, it was several years back before we were even where we were at. Some university built a robot, and they programmed the AI in it to avoid human contact. And it somehow figured out how they had a separate GPS system on it. And somehow it figured out how to shut off its GPS, and they lost the fucking machine.
Yeah,
like you know what I'm saying.
And it goes back to what we were talking about one of the podcasts where we were like, literally, you have to have like a shut off switch, but where do you put it? Because if it's invincible, how the hell are you gonna access it?
How do you hide your EMPs from the fucking?
How do you make them vulnerable, but then also,
Like, and I hate, like, even
because and this is where we are in society. It's because how do I get them to protect me, but also not kill me? It's that once again going back to the good and evil, that persona versus the shadow. The shadow is it's going to kill me. The persona is I want to keep it around because it helps me and it benefits me. And
no shit, dude.
Yeah,
that's exactly what the whole.
Look at everything around us. Look at our cars. You're literally driving a bomb with 4 wheels.
Yeah, the dude from Google, he's fine with the shadow side taking over. Like that was the discussion. Elon flat out was like, what about this and that?
And you can't have the shadow because the shadow is the dark side of all of humanity.
If you're gonna tell me, because I'm human and I want to look out for my race, and you're gonna call me a speciesist,
yeah,
yeah. I mean, if you're going
to protect our species.
If you're going to coin that term, you know what I mean? Like,
but here's the problem. Like, they're both right. And that's what's fucked up about the whole argument, because you can't side with one person or the other, because at the end of the day, they're both right.
AI is going to be our downfall. It will.
It will, but
social media has already started.
But the thing is, at the end of the day, we allowed it.
What if
we allowed that to happen?
What if social media is being controlled
Not only
by
did
AI?
we allow it, hold on. More importantly, our past allowed it. Our past allowed
because
our future.
We've become more.
So
inept
here's
on
what's
a
ironic.
system.
Here's what's ironic with the whole thing. The best predictor of the future is our past, right? And we're literally living in a humanity in a situation
Hopefully, we would learn.
where
from
we
it.
are a living irony, where our past is now.
I mean, we see that we learn from our past, so we don't repeat it.
Yeah.
If you don't learn your past, you're
But the
doomed to
problem
repeat
is not everybody learns.
it. No.
Only a few people learn, and that's when you get into the whole enlightenment and all that sort of stuff. But that's just like, it's education versus not educated. There's people being educated on certain things, but not everything. There are certain people that are, educated on other things that they go off on a deep end.
Honestly, I'm thinking if we don't keep some kind of wrangle on it, it's gonna end up being.
So let me ask you this, because I actually talked to some people, and they were like, whoever comes up with the data sets for AI is the company that's going to be the richest.
Yeah,
It's not.
and I guarantee you, it's gonna be
It's
somebody
not
else
the
doing
people
Google.
that flip the switch. It's the people that create the data sets.
Absolutely.
But here's the problem: how do you create a data set that isn't impartial? How do you do that? Because if you look at our history and you look at everything that's happened, it's very
Or what?
impartial.
Or what happens if you're working on that and one of your programs slips out while you're working on that? We didn't think it was going to go live, and it just did. It's always a mistake.
But
you know
here's the
what I'm
problem. So there's two problems with this. It's going to underline and highlight all the problems of humanity.
saying? Yeah.
And people don't like to see their own problems. They don't like to have their problems in their face.
Yep.
Like if you see somebody, perfect example, kids. If you see kids acting like you're like, fuck, I was an asshole. Like, fuck, I shouldn't have acted that way because now my kid's acting that way, and now I can't fucking stand it. So, like,
And then you got to be like, well, fuck, I was like that, and I hated how I got
yes,
parented, so I need to chill out on my parenting.
right? But then you're torn because you're like, but at the same time,
He's a dick.
If I don't, he's a dick.
sorry, my bad.
If I don't do anything, he's gonna continue to be like
My
this.
kid's got a big heart, but man, sometimes he can be a dick. Kids are dicks. Don't look at me wrong, fucking parents. Anyways,
No, you're absolutely right. I see a whole bunch of letters. Patrick, are you drunk?
yeah, man.
Yeah, so GPT taking over the world. Brakes, filters. What do you think? Like, here's the funny thing. So I joked about years and years ago when people were worried about guns and everything else. And I said, it's not guns you have to worry about. It's the guy in the office with access to the button. As I go, one person can kill an entire country, an entire continent, whereas one guy with a gun can only kill one person with a bullet. So I go, you're worried about somebody with a bullet while somebody has access to all of these nuclear powers and everything else. And I'm like, your direction of focus is in the wrong fucking place. It needs to be focused on the real person that's a threat, the real person with power, the real person that can literally change humanity, not the person that's going to take one or two people out. It's the people that are going to take out an entire continent and that are planning on this.
Oh, yeah.
And this shit is going on as we speak. It has been going on for several years.
Oh,
In North Korea.
Absolutely. Did you hear they shot a missile?
Yeah.
And the evacuation?
And Japan was like, duck down, take cover. Like, this is the problem.
The motherfucker knew what he was doing. It's
Oh,
not
yeah,
like
he
he
did.
shot it into open ocean. He shot it.
Oh, directly. Well, you know why, right? So Japan is reigniting their military restructuring. So that being said, they've reached out to obviously South Korea, and they've reached out to us because we're a superpower and we manufacture. We have Boeing, we have McDonnell. We got all the we got Lockheed.
We provide weapons to
We got
foreign countries.
Raytheon. We got everything.
I
We got
know.
all the super shit that they want. So and that's what's going on with that. So.
Okay. All right, that doesn't make sense.
But yeah, there's fuckery going on everywhere. But anyway, yeah, go ahead. Sorry. I digress.
Man, I don't know. It's such a double-edged sword. There needs to be breaks. I I think we need to watch AI. But the thing is like you said, if it gets too smart, it will override the kill switch.
Yep.
Um,
Always.
I think humanity, because humanity's always advanced, but you can agree with me, over the last 20 to 25 years, it's advanced faster than it ever has previously.
Yes.
Right?
Exponentially.
And so there's going to be a time when our advancement matches our level of our advancement is going to exceed our level of humanity. And the reason I say this is, so you're talking about like if AI analyzed all our problems as a human race, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the thing is
well, it's not going to analyze it. It's going to base its future decisions
on past on stuff.
Yeah,
and
on like, oh, well, these people they killed and they robbed and they raped and they pillaged.
And
so,
guess what? These same people have reproduced exponentially between 2012 and 2023. We've gone from 6 billion people to 7 billion people. Billion. Now I know in dollar wise, trillion is where we're at now, but when it comes to people, 6 billion to 7 billion people is fucking insane. That's a lot of fucking people. So guess what? More people, more. I know there's been more money, more problems, but what happens when you have more people? More fucking problems.
Well, because you have problems with resources.
Yeah.
The thing is if you look at land mass wise, we have more than enough land mass for the amount of people we have. In fact, we could have about 100-fold
But
more.
we're fucking up our resources.
But the problem is it's a resource issue. It's not a space issue. It's not a territory issue. It's not like back in the day when we were cavemen and we were, treading the earth and dividing and conquering and, nomads and all that sort of stuff.
You're exactly right.
We're planting, but the thing is like we have plenty enough space. The problem is, and this goes back to archaic thought processes. So people posted a while back about like, these people that are going to have to replace their tractors with electric because the electrification that's going on and blah, blah, blah. And I go, well, at the end of the day, they're doing it all fucking wrong to begin with. And I'm like, you're doing something that's antiquated. I go vertical. You're bitching about your land that you have to water spread over a long distance. Dumb fuck, go vertical. Then you have a trickle effect and you have more square footage and less space and less water because it trickles down to the other plants. The problem is they're thinking. And the thing is they've been doing something since the 1700s.
When you say vertical, are you talking like hills or are you talking straight towers of stuff? Because
I'm talking.
You still got to plow it. You know what I'm saying?
You don't have to do any of that. It's an A-frame. It goes like this: grow lights, water, and everything else. But instead of
okay, now I know where you're going.
Okay. So instead of going horizontal, which is the wrong decision. And then you have to spray chemicals and everything else. But if you go vertical, you don't have to spray chemicals anymore because now it's enclosed. You have an enclosed environment. So you don't have all the problems with winter. You don't have the problems with summer and crops dying and not enough water.
I feel
and
like somebody somewhere is doing this then.
Somebody's
got to be.
Bro, I'm already invested in the companies. I already know it exists. But the thing is the thinking like that, and these are the underlying companies, and this is what I tell every company that I ever do any business with. I go, don't worry about your direct competition today. Worry about your competition tomorrow. Worry about the underliers. That's what I call them. I go, Tesla was an underlier. He was a disruptor. He went into a market that has been around since forever, and he went and disrupted. But you know why he disrupted? Because nobody fucking paid attention. Because he was an outlier. He was somebody that talked a big game and had no money and everything else, but sold his companies and everything else, and bam. They should have been watching him, but they didn't. He was the outlier.
Yeah.
And the reason why he's so successful because he's doing things differently. He's not doing it the same way
Elon?
Toyota, yes, and everybody else does it. He's learned that if you want to bring value and you want to cut down the costs, cut down the materials, cut down the processes.
Yep.
If you look at his his progression of body vehicle panels and stuff like that, with the M3 he had like more parts. Not the M3, the Model 3 and the Model X, both of them, he made body changes and stuff. So instead of it having more elements, more panels, it ended up turning unibody. So you got one piece of metal versus multiple, which is multiple points of failure. So it's like, in order to be ahead of the curve, you got to move with the curve. You got to learn, and that's what I give him props for, because he learns there's always a way to do it better. Yeah, always look at that person that says, hey, I have a better idea. I have a better way of doing something. Because oftentimes, to your point of the story you talked about earlier, you can't see the forest through the trees. You remember you were so close to the stage that you couldn't see everything going on. But imagine being back.
It's all about perspective.
Bam. See, I tied this shit all in together, motherfucker.
It's a different perspective. We always circle back.
We always do. We always bring every story back.
But yeah, no, I mean, it's AI is good, just as good as it is great. But I still think, and I know I joked about it earlier, but like when it comes to resources, even if we grow up, it's still resources we're still using. Like eventually we're gonna chop off fucking trees and stuff. We got to stop growing. It sucks, dude.
So you want me to explain that situation, that answer?
What?
So your concept of food is wrong.
I don't want more people here, Devin. God damn it.
I'm going to explain
I just don't.
I'm going to explain to you how it will happen, and it's going to happen. It's not a matter of if, it's when.
I know, because they keep fitting us in these houses that are right next to each other, and we're happy
they're
with
preparing. They're preparing you.
Pay more for less and less and less.
Your food will no longer be something you sit there and chew and cut with a steak knife and do that. It's going to be literally liquefied.
Stop with this alien shit. I don't want to hear it.
It's going to get worse. It's going to get to the point where literally you get all of your nutrients and everything from the morning you get up, and then when you go to bed, recharge at night.
I want to eat.
But I'm telling you, you won't have to. That's where we're going. That's where it's going to be.
I want my Wagyu steak. I want to stay in the simulation.
I'm
like,
telling
what's his
you.
name? He's like, I know this is so-and-so, and it's not real. Blah, blah, blah. You know what?
Where it's going.
It's like,
and it's already, if you look at the steps, it went from being in a restaurant or being somewhere. Actually, okay, let's go really, really far back. No, hold on. You had to go get your spear. You had to get, you know what I mean? Then it went from, hold on, we'll bring this shit to you and cook it for you. Then it went from, hey, we'll chop up everything and make everything beautiful and put a bow on it.
We were just smart enough
throw it in your microwave. Hold on. We'll allow you to throw it in your microwave, heat it up, and you got a great meal. Then it's going to come to the point where here are these liquids, you just ingest them. Then it's going to come to the point where you just put this in your pod and you don't need to do anything.
Yeah, I get it.
And then at that point, we're going to be one with machines. We're not going to be...
We're going to be whatever alien race is visiting us now.
We're not going to be touching controls. We're going to be thinking about controls. We're not going to be thinking about going and doing something. We're just going to go and do something. Yeah.
Man, but I still want a steak.
I said the same thing, but I can already see it happening, and I can already we're already literally. So AI, everybody's looking at that, but they don't know what's going on in the food industry, and the food industry is right now fucking insane.
I still want real food. That's all there is to it.
I get it. I'm right there with you, bro.
I like smoothies. I do like smoothies.
I do, but it's not even gonna be like a smoothie to the concept of what you're thinking of right now.
Future Devin's gonna be like, this doesn't have habanero and or ghost pepper. I don't want it.
But the thing is, it's like you're gonna have portions of your meal, but without a plate.
Nope.
It's all gonna be yeah.
Nope.
And I know it sounds absolutely disgusting, and it sounds like get over that, but we've already worked past it.
That's like if I was like, hey, babe, you can have a portion of my dick, not the whole thing. No, it's not going to work. She ain't going to let that happen.
Nope, my bitch.
So, I mean, I don't know, man. It's, and I get it. That's a different level of consciousness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
yeah,
it's It's true. The things we are getting taught to accept
Yep.
is getting worse and worse and worse. And
Right,
worse.
and there's a reason why we're getting able to accept certain things, is to prepare for.
When you
other
tell me a
things.
1-bedroom apartment is $1,600 fucking dollars,
16. That's cheap.
yeah,
I was gonna say
I
most of them
know.
are 18.
that's in Louisville. That's
Oh, that's Louisville. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I had a 634 square foot apartment in 2010 for $630. I paid $1 a square foot, and that same one is going for 15,
Yeah, I know.
16.
Every time I want to get out of my house, it's like this shit happens. and I'm
Don't
like,
leave.
I know. Well, yeah, especially not now.
I'm right there, bro.
I know.
Double pool parties. Dude. Fucking summer's gonna be lit.
So Natalie was asking, like, she was talking about, like, when
She
she
ain't even paying attention.
when she was picturing, like, neighborhoods and stuff. She was like, man, I pictured like neighborhoods, like they all hang out and they all like, have a
Some
good time.
do.
And I go, actually, in all honesty, I was like, my 4 neighbors that I have right within
Yeah.
stumbling distance, like we literally
For
could
20
have,
years.
yeah, like we literally could have a block party
Oh, we will.
and shut this motherfucker off.
It's now.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
I got
oh, yeah.
I got all the saws and shit. We can build stuff for the kids. Bring out bounce houses, block party. This.
Oh
big
yeah, and I
Like-
was already thinking. I was like, well, what if Andy and I literally thought about this? I go, what if Andy and I got on the fucking city council? Oh, dude, we would make this like an annual party and make fucking Lake Dallas big.
As long as that episode never gets leaked, we might be that one. You know what one I'm talking about?
yeah, oh yeah, that one.
Yeah, the hotel. And,
Yeah.
yeah. As long as that never gets leaked, we'll be good. Somebody didn't record that somewhere. We'll be good. But no, the thing is there are still neighborhoods like that. It's just not as many. Like so, Jackson's aunt definitely lives. His aunt Brittany and Uncle Eric definitely live in a neighborhood like that. Like their Halloween is for adults and kids. I left there the 1 year.
So is it like a younger generation?
It's well, I mean, Devin, we're not that young, dude.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We're between the 35
Touche.
to 40-year-old.
Shut the fuck up.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I'm still young as fuck.
we gotta be real about this, bro. Like these are people that are in our.
I gotta do
age
shit.
bracket, and we go trick or treating. And if the 1 year I was able to leave Jackson with her, so I was able to, and so Jello shots all over Jello. They have the kids trick or treat and they have the adults trick or treat. She went with me last year, and she was fucking knocking back Jello shots with us. Like it was amazing.
So you talking about Brittany's house?
Yes.
Where does she live anyway?
Princeton.
Princeton?
Princeton. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Cool.
And they have a nice home, and their neighbors are really fucking cool, and everybody's out. Like
Yeah,
it is
so Princeton's like a younger demographic. Like it's
younger,
not old money.
but not old money, but our money.
Yes, exactly.
Like-
That's where I was going with that. That's
Yeah,
where I was trying to
yeah.
go with it. So it's not like South Lake, which it's newer money, but it's not party like
Hickory
newer money.
Creek, parts
Yeah.
of Hickory Creek over here are old money.
Yeah,
Like the houses we were looking at, there was 12 offers on one
yeah.
because a fully updated home there goes for $500,000, easy.
Oh yeah, yeah. And I was looking at some houses and stuff because I want to be closer to the lake. I actually want to be on the lake. And Hickory Creek has a bunch of houses.
Well, we looked at a house right there.
Mhm.
Foundation repair already done. I told you.
Yeah.
Windows already done. Thing is realistically stuff to make it truly like there was one side I needed right off the bat $5,000 worth of fence work done right off the bat. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to keep a dog in the backyard. There's a tree growing up through the motherfucker. I'd have to have a tree
yeah.
knocked down. That's automatic as soon as we move in. That's number one. Now, foundation and windows, that's about $40,000 right off the top. Right?
Oh yeah, easy.
But it still needed updating all throughout the house. Needed new cabinets, needed a new kitchen, and it was already going for $375. And then within 48 hours, I had to come with my best and top offering, and I had to compete with like 10 other buyers. And I asked, "What do I need to come in just to be competitive?" And she said, "Minimum $385."
Yeah.
Because as soon as the house fixed up, it'll be between $500,000 and $600,000.
Oh yeah,
Easy.
and that's what matters. So, long story short, before I bought this house, I had an opportunity to buy another house. It was a big ass, gigantic house, but it was in Cedar Springs,
Yeah.
Cedar Hill.
Okay.
Yeah. And so she basically told me politely, she goes, hey, you can get a shack in South Lake or, like
Yeah.
in a very profitable area or get a Taj Mahal out in a crappy
Yeah.
area. She goes, at the end of the day, she goes, location.
Yeah.
She goes, that little shack in the desired area will sell way faster than that mansion
Yep.
that's sitting there in no man's land.
Yep.
And I was like, when she told me that, I was like, okay, I can take that to life for a lot of other things too.
You can sell this right now, but if you weren't planning to go at least 20 to 30 miles out in any direction,
yeah.
you wouldn't be getting more house.
Yeah, exactly.
You'd sell for 400.
I'd be getting newer house.
You
That's
could
it.
probably get 400 to, let's see, right now 400 to 450 for this, okay? Because what we're getting was 363, and it was not near the square footage of this, okay?
Yeah.
And you got a pool, okay?
Yeah.
So you probably get
I got land too.
You got 4 to 450 on this, easy, okay? And you take that 4 to 450 and go take it anywhere around here, you're gonna get something probably smaller than this.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, right now. So you have to, like I said, if you're not willing to go 20 or 30 miles in any direction, and I don't mean near a populated area, you're gonna have to go out.
Byron, he says, be glad you didn't purchase a Cedar Hill. Yeah, I definitely am after I researched it and shit. I was like, thank God I didn't get that mansion. I mean, it was baller though. Like it literally had like a fountain, had one of those circular drives.
That's what I'm saying.
Like it had gated. It was fucking baller.
But the cool thing is you probably wouldn't have had that many taxes because nobody wants to move out there.
Right?
Like you gotta weigh the
I got a
pros and the-
motherfucking lot of taxes
when
up in
it
this
comes
bitch.
to going out to certain spots, you gotta. Dude.
Yeah.
Trust me, I fucking know.
Yeah,
Like,
bro, I've been here
I was
20
looking
years.
at
I've
Carrollton.
been paying this
I was looking at
motherfucker.
Carrollton. And I was
Yeah.
like, motherfucking Carrollton's almost fucking $11,000.
Well, you can thank what is it? Indian Creek?
You mean Castle Hill?
Castle Hills, yeah.
Fuckers.
They fuck Carrollton 10 ways from Sunday.
Taxes are through the fucking roof out there.
That place, when it came in, that's what screwed Carrollton.
They're
And then they
easy.
revitalized. And give it to Carrollton.
Oh,
That's
yeah, no,
kudos.
absolutely.
Their planning and zoning committee and business development, fucking on point. And then redid that Old Town.
that festival
Carrollton?
at the Switchyard they do every year.
Uh-huh.
Dude, they have fucking, like, they're not big time bands, but they have actual, like, old time headliners come through that shit. They pack that. I went there the first couple years they did it, and
Yeah.
you're talking about maybe 5,000-10,000 people, maybe.
Mhm.
And if you really think about that on a large city scale, that's not that much.
Yeah.
Okay. I think Old Irving Stadium was like 80,000 or something like that. Dude, the last 5 to 6 years, they've packed that place with between 15 to 30,000 people. They had Stone Temple Pilots there. They had three doors down. They used to have the Toadies come. They had who else? The Sugar Ray.
She said it wasn't. Lindsay said it wasn't packed for Blue October, which is surprising.
It was because we left. The kids weren't into it.
Ah, Blue October's fucking.
Blue October was out there. Like the thing is, they don't bring any rap. I will say that it's all alternative.
Alternative
I cannot
rock.
talk tonight if y'all have not been able to figure that out. But anyways, I digress. It is getting late. We're sitting here talking about music and concerts and shit. But yeah, property taxes suck dick. I'm gonna be living down the street in like less than a month.
It's gonna be awesome.
And yeah, like
We're gonna get so much activities done. So many activities.
so many activities.
Oh my
Did you
god.
send your parents that meme?
Yes, I did.
Good job. That was
Of course.
I was so glad I had that on my phone. I was like, ooh, I got a meme generator. I was like, ooh.
And now everybody's like, Devin, you know you can't move now. I'm like,
Dude, my best part was the best part was Mom Ewart, because he calls him Novak.
yeah,
He was like, Mom
Ewart.
We've already worked it out.
We already worked this out. We already figured out everything.
I was like, yeah, man, that was perfect.
So yeah, just in case the audience didn't know, Andy's going to be moving in 4 doors down, literally.
Yeah.
In less than a week, more than a week.
Well, so
Couple weeks.
Moving in officially will be, I'd probably say starting on May 4th.
Oh shit! my mom.
no.
Yep.
May 4th.
Do we need to have a Cinco de Mayo party?
So May 5th is when we'll be moving. It'll be a Cinco de Mayo. Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco
We
de
bring lots of
Mayo.
mail.
Moving party. There will be beer and food. Anybody wants to help?
All right, so this might be our first block party, annual block party when Andy moves in.
What?
Wait,
Oh.
what? What? Huh?
You tell them motherfuckers we gotta move. Sorry about your bad luck.
Who? What happened? What's on Cinco de Mayo?
I'm gonna come in and kick your managers in the non-nuts.
The non-nuts.
Yeah, they're all
in their lady bits.
They're all ladies.
I'm gonna kick them in their lady bits.
I'm gonna kick them in their vagina. Just kidding. I'm not
Just
like
kidding.
I
We don't
I
do
don't
that. We
assault
don't-
women. I don't assault bugs either.
Yes, bugs are a-okay in my book.
No, there will be no bug kissing.
No, there's to be no bug kissing or fornicating or any of that.
Dual
Nature.
Dual pool parties this summer, people.
Yes, pool parties.
Word.
Pool hopping. Whoop, whoop. I'll tell you what happens off air, what happens in this neighborhood
Yay.
in the summertime.
Summertime. Time
Well,
to
Lindsay
get
knows.
back
She's
into
experienced it. Remember the slab and we brought people back here and then we ended up being like best friends and then we went to fucking Broken Bow. Yeah. And I was like, all these people we just met randomly out on the fucking lake.
No, all I remember is fucking passing out in the front yard. Not me, but people passing out in the front yard.
Oh, yeah. Well, I remember those parties
Andy
too.
no longer has to bring it. He just makes it. Andy's punch.
Yeah, we need to make some Andy's punch.
Andy's
Distill
heartburn.
it.
Yeah,
Andy's
at this
we'll
age,
distill it so that way it doesn't burn your fucking heart.
at this point in time, at this age, it's nothing but pure heartburn. That pineapple fucking rum, whoo, that
Yeah.
sugar fuck you up. If you're young, you like it.
That's why you got to do what I'm doing downstairs.
What?
Science experiment.
Oh, that.
Yeah, you got to
I don't distill my shit. It's raw.
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 100%.
You drink Andy's punch as is, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's true.
You either sink or swim. And at this age, I probably
or you
sink.
die trying.
Yeah, I sink at this age, y'all. Anyways,
Love you long time. Thank you all for tuning in. We appreciate you. We will have some special guests, I think, next week.
yeah.
And then Patrick's back. And
Yes, he is.
then Andy's going to be here, I think, maybe, possibly.
What is next week? What's the date?
Oh,
27th, right? Yeah, I'll be here
All right.
with either good news or bad news because I got an interview. Oh no, not 26th. 27th. We'll be 24th, 25th. Sorry, my bad. We will be on 25th, Tuesday the 25th.
All right.
Yep. Glad I got that figured out.
Just give him time, y'all. Just
Like,
give him time.
that's Thursday. Like, you all don't do Thursdays anymore. Anyways, if we don't see you before then, we'll catch you like COVID.
Word. Thank y'all for tuning in. Love you long time. We will catch you on Tuesday.
Bye.